The Fast Lane is broadcasting live from the ENB Granite Studios at the Centene Community Ice Center, presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN.
Nasty on a Friday. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Andrew Marsh, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter, Carey will be back with us on Monday. And for the final time this week, we're inside the E&B Granite Studios here at Centene Community Ice Center, where Jamie's Synergy Hockey Skills Camps are going on right now. And Jamie, a very productive week here at Centene Community Ice Center.
Yeah,
a lot of kids learning stuff.
A lot of kids learning stuff. Fridays is usually the best day. We call it a skills competition in the morning. And it's just basically an opportunity for the kids to get out there and showcase some of the things they learned throughout the week. And then in the afternoons, our competition Friday. We have a huge obstacle course that we put together. We have the red team and the blue team. They all race each other one at a time, and then they do some cross-ice games. And usually the kids leave here tuckered out and smiling ear to ear, and that's always a great sign. Yeah, parents love it. They're like, thank you for giving me a tired child who's not grumpy.
Yeah, appreciate you, especially as summer continues. The Cardinals will be back in action tonight. They host the Colorado Rockies. When there's a lineup out, we'll certainly play the lineup game. I wanted to ask you guys, now that the trade deadline has passed, what do you guys think becomes the biggest evaluation points for Chaim Bloom? And just in 2026.
So like right now, or like
right now,
or leading into the off season included?
From right now, just from right now to the end of the season.
The end of the season. Okay.
Yes. What do you guys think are the biggest evaluation points? Because this is really a season in which you discover, right? You discover what Jordan Walker is in the organization, and JJ Weatherholt, and whether or not he can handle playing in the big leagues. Those two questions have been answered.
Yeah.
J.J. Weatherholt is a stud. Jordan Walker has turned into a stud. So you got some pillars now. But what becomes the biggest evaluation points for you guys?
Wow. I still think there's some evaluating to do in the outfield. You know, obviously with the subtraction of Lars Nootbaar, you've lost an experienced player. And now you're backfilling with whatever you've got, whether it's Torres, whether it's Velasquez, which I don't think those guys are ultimately the answer. They just acquired a new outfielder via the waiver wire, which, again, just tells me they're not ready for the Baez experiment just yet.
Right.
Tells me that they think that he needs a little more seasoning down in the minors. I don't believe this is a clock management thing for the Cardinals with Baez. I don't. Some people are led to believe that. I've seen a lot of people commenting, wow, this is just a manipulation. Have you seen this guy? Like, it's leaking out more and more that he swings at everything.
Yeah.
Like, BK was talking about today. He's like 5 pitches that are out of the zone. He'll swing at 2 of them.
Yeah.
Like, no questions asked. So,
you can't put a good swing on a bad pitch, Marsh.
Who said that?
Chris Duncan.
I know.
Yeah. And it's true. It really makes a lot of sense, right? Like, you could throw one 5 feet out of the zone, you swing at it. It could be the prettiest swing in the world. It ain't gonna matter.
So I think the Cardinals have some outfield evaluation. I think the catcher position right now is completely in flux. Like, I have no idea who the actual catcher is going to be moving forward. They've got 2 young catchers in the system that everybody's really excited about them. But let's be honest, we were really excited about Herrera too before he came up here, and now he's good at the plate, but I don't know if he's the answer behind the dish long term anyway. So I think the position players for me are what I would circle. Pitching's an easy one to give as an answer, but at this point, I think you know what you have and what you need to go get or acquire or continue to develop, because it can only get worse from here on out. For Leahy, for McGreevy, for a lot of these guys that are way up above their pitch counts in past years, who knows what the rest of the season can look like for them. So I'm not going to sit here and evaluate Kyle Leahy if he starts to dip a little bit. I mean, he's in uncharted territory. He's never, how can you truly evaluate that? So for me, I'm staying away from the pitching. I think that there's some obvious needs and wants there. But I think some of the position stuff has to sort itself out too.
See, I'm going Sorry, I get choked up.
Yeah, you get emotional thinking about this.
Talking about development,
Yeah.
of course, especially here while Jamie is developing the youth of
America.
St. Louis in hockey. But for me, I'm getting choked up again, guys. I mean, jeez. This is just
Marsh,
it's that time of year, you know?
these are important times, but I don't want you to overvalue what's going on for the Cards.
All right, let me try again.
Yeah.
This time less emotional.
Okay.
It is the pitching for me. You mentioned a couple of guys like Palante, Leahy, McGreevy. I'm looking at 3 other dudes in terms of Matthew Liberatore, Hunter Dobbins, and then when we eventually see Quinn Matthews come up, just to see what that looks like. Hunter Dobbins in that same sort of camp, but the one main guy that I'm interested to see how he goes about the rest of the year is Matthew Liberatore. I know BK and Ferrario were talking about this earlier, and BK said that he is very interested to see how Matthew Liberatore finishes this season. And I agree with him, just because throughout the year we've wanted him to be put back in the bullpen. And recently, you know, he's had a good start, he's had a bad start, where there was a stretch where it was just bad starts. So what can you get out of Matthew Liberatore? And ultimately, do you trust him, even if he does have a good end to the year, do you trust him going into next season to have it all figured out? I think that's the one thing that Chaim Bloom might be looking at, because if you could move him to the bullpen and you bring in another Dustin May, or you have one of these young guys slot in, you know, let's not forget about Richard Fitz as well, and all these other guys that could make a mark on this organization in the coming years. Where does Matthew Liberatore fit in that equation with the season that he has had? Maybe you don't put any stock into the back half of the year. I think you should, though, based on what kind of year it is.
Matthew Liberatore is a kind of a difficult case study, because if you only judge from here on out, that minimizes what we've seen to this point. So you really have to take the entire body of work, and the entire body of work looks a lot similar to what it did a year ago. If you were to take that this season and last season, he still has the same issues. So do you?
I feel like last season was better.
In the first half, it definitely was.
It started to taper off, but then I guess the same excuse I've put in place for some of those other guys. Liberatore probably should have got some of that grace too, because he pitched way deeper or way more innings than he had pitched before.
But then, of course, the issues pop back up this season, where it's
so much for that.
Yeah, the blow up inning, and when is it going to
come? I was right all along.
Yeah, I knew it. It was you, Old Man River. Wasn't a monster.
I can be old.
Not you.
You just said
say River.
Yeah,
I thought it used to be
but
Smithers, right?
But
Old Man Smithers?
Old Man Smithers is the Simpson.
That's
I was
right,
going a Scooby-Doo route, and you're Rivers, not River.
I don't know, Marshy. It felt
very close.
It felt targeted.
Let's not do this on a Friday, okay? Let's stay.
No, I think we should do this on a Friday.
Let's stay right here.
Let's finish with a bang.
So Liberatore, I don't know. I think a lot of people have made up their minds, but I don't know if the Cardinals have. You know, you bring up the starting pitching. Next season, Palante earned a role, earned a spot. Kyle Leahy has earned a spot. Hunter Dobbins, you're evaluating.
Mm-hmm.
You can't evaluate.
McGreevy's in.
Yeah, McGreevy's in too. So
there's 3 right there.
So 3 or 5.
That's not a bad start, guys.
It's really not.
There's years in the past where the Cardinals didn't even have 3 guys that you were sure of.
Right, right.
Like in the last handful of years.
Yeah. The issue that you'll eventually run into is that you've got a bunch of 3, 4s, and 5s.
Right.
You hope that Liam Doyle at some point is your ace.
But he's like 2 years away.
Correct. That's why I said eventually you got to
Yeah, no, I get it. But like I think some people get confused. Like they think he's like in the plans for next year.
Yeah.
No. He had some ups and downs this year.
Sure.
And still learning. There's no way he's going to be catapulted into your rotation next year.
Right. You need some time there.
Won't even need baseball.
I think what you bring.
What?
I don't like what you did there. Is certainly an issue. And I think that's where people get frustrated. Like, well, why don't you just throw Baez into the mix? Because you're watching Fermin out there and you're watching Torres out there or Velasquez out. Why not just try Baez? But Jamie, you're right. I mean, if he has 0, what do you think's going to happen at the big league level? Do you think he's just going to run into a bunch? Because I know the strikeouts will still
pick a number one pitcher from any team in the National League.
Paul Skeens.
Okay. What do you think that looks like?
It's going to be nasty.
Like,
Jacob Mizorowski. It's going to be nasty.
The part of the fan base that I appreciate but still shake my head as, yeah, but what if he gets a hold of one?
Okay.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, that can be said about anything.
Well, but nobody liked the Gorman experiment.
What? Yeah.
You know?
What if he gets a hold of one?
It's one a
what
week.
If he's swatting flies
strikes
for 4
out.
games?
Yeah, strikes out in every other at bat. I don't see how that different.
I think fans just want a new face, right?
Sure.
I think they're kind of tired of seeing some of these. I mean, we even go back to the lineup from the other day. That one, by the way, we were criticizing it because of how poorly it looked on paper, probably because of some of the names that were playing. And so, would you rather see Baez, a young guy who has some pop, or would you rather see Brian Torres play left field? You know,
what I want to see is Baez come here and play, 5 or 6 years of high-level ball.
For sure.
I don't want to see Baez come up here swinging out of his shoes, basically guessing at whatever pitch is coming, and down to AAA, completely deflated and, pissed off at himself or whatever. And then now you've got to restart the project again.
Right.
I could be wrong. I don't even claim to be a hitting expert in the sport of baseball, that's for sure. But as a human being, you have to have a certain level of consistent success, or at least you know what it's supposed to look like.
Right. The other thing, Jamie, that you brought up was the Ivan Herrera and the catching experiment. If Ivan Herrera isn't your catcher, now what? Now what do you do? And could you move Burleson back to the outfield? I know the immediate response is, well, just trade Herrera. Luis Arraez was acquired by the Philadelphia Phillies. They didn't need a second baseman. They went out and got the best hitter that they can find. And they brought in and then made the adjustments. You can kind of take a similar approach if you really like Herrera's bat, even though it's been inconsistent this season. If you like his bat, but clearly he's not your starting catcher, do you move him to first base and Burley back to the outfield?
I wouldn't do that. I think Alec Burleson is excellent at first base. I do. I think he has the potential of being a Gold Glove candidate at some point. He really played well this year.
What do you think then with Herrera?
Okay, but Anthony, you can't just make your team weaker because you have to find a spot for Herrera, in my opinion.
That's what I'm asking. I'm asking, what do you do then?
I trade him. For me, I trade him. Why not? Some other teach once or twice a week, DH most of the time, we're fine. And you might be able to get something pretty good for him.
So have you given up on him as a bat?
No, not as a bat. But here's the issue is on the Cardinals, he's a DH. League-wide, he's not. His numbers don't profile as a top-tier DH in the league. But on the Cardinals, it does. So there's your poison. So what do you do, right? Because on your team, you're like, man, he's still got some value. You know, at the plate. But then when you take his numbers, just like we crushed Contreras a couple of years ago when he was predominantly a DH, we're like, it's not really DH numbers.
Right.
You can't not do that. His numbers were better than Herrera's. So, and here we are now saying that Herrera's our DH, but if you plopped him on a team where they actually have a DH, there's no chance he's DHing.
Then I wonder if it's going to make it more challenging to trade him then.
Could be, except that he's young. And there's somebody out there, Brewers, Rays, someone that's like, give that to me.
Yeah.
I'll fix it. I'll either make it a better hitter or I'll make him a more regular catcher. But I'd rather not move Alec Burleson back to the outfield for that reason. One, Burley doesn't get around the outfield all that well. Let's just be honest, okay?
I'm with you.
I love the big boy.
I'm with you. I think these are questions now.
I just didn't like you doing that.
That's fine.
You know?
Just posing the question.
Nah, it felt more like a statement, didn't it, Marshy?
As we talk about evaluation.
Felt more like a statement. Look at on his piece of paper. Anthony already wrote Burleson in right field.
I got some questions for you. based on this paper.
You know what? Touche.
All right, it's Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. 7:15 is the start time tonight For the Rockies and the Cardinals, it'll be Ryan Feltner versus Kyle Leahy. Again, we'll play the lineup game as soon as the lineup is out. Which sport of the main four has vastly improved in the last 10 years? We'll dive into that
hockey.
Next on 101 ESPN.
We want to hear from you. Use the Scott Lee Mic Drop feature on the 101 mobile app. Give us your opinion on anything St. Louis sports with a mic drop.
Brought to you by the Scott Lee Heating Company.
ESPN has your shot to score a pair of passes to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. Keep summer going with a summer wind down culinary fest at Holiday World and Splash and Safari now through September 13th. Enjoy incredible food, local wines, and all your favorite rides and slides. Find your chance to win a pair of free passes right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 mobile app. Savor the season and get tickets at holidayworld.com. Broadcasting live from the Centene Community Ice Center inside the E&B Granite Studios. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN. Presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN.
We appreciate when our listeners chime in on the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. And somebody texted us during our conversation about Ivan Herrera. And Jamie had made the remark about Ivan Herrera and the numbers as a DH. Marsh, can you read that text?
Yeah, from the 618. What are you guys talking about? Do you really know what Ivan ranks as a DH?
And then, Marsh, you dove into the numbers.
Yeah, basically every major statistic, he is top 10 in terms of designated hitters in 2026.
In baseball or?
In Major League Baseball, not just the National League.
All right, so this is when I eat a big bag of crap. I'll take my time. I'll eat it slowly, and I will chew every bite of it.
Okay.
Okay, and I'll give you an update later.
Fair, yeah. It's probably going to taste like crap.
Well, it's supposed to, and it should. Mm-hmm. When you make such asinine comments as I made, Anthony, you better damn well take your time and eat that bag of crap so everybody sees how miserable you are.
Yeah. Well said,
And I'm
Jamie.
going to do that.
Well said.
I'm gonna
And
do
we're
that.
not above that here in the fast lane. Now, Marsh, share some of the numbers that you found.
My thoughts are just based upon probably recency bias.
Is it an eye test thing too? Because when I think of designated hitter, I go back to when I was growing up, American League. You think of some of the big boppers that were designated hitters.
Compared
and Ivan Herrera doesn't profile as that type of guy.
Well, yeah,
is that what you're thinking of?
Compared to David Ortiz, he definitely does not profile.
Duh.
Well, if you're thinking of like your childhood, right?
Yeah.
It's got to be Big Papi.
I mean, he is the
But I just
poster
go back-
child of what a great DH
I just
is.
go back just a handful of years ago to even Nelson Cruz.
Mhm.
Like, you're like, okay, the guy's just an assassin. you
Now
know?
that's a hitter.
Yeah. And, so Herrera's, for me, I think it's recency bias. I just see that he hasn't been all that great. He went through a big slump there for a while, right after the All-Star break. So, yeah, it's okay. Just leave me alone for the rest of the segment. I'm going to eat this bag of crap, and I'll get back to you guys.
So
Good man.
You're looking for like 30-plus home runs, 75 to 80-plus RBI in terms of your DH. Is that what you're looking for? Like,
that's kind of what I'm
ideally?
thinking.
That's
yeah.
Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's go. Hey, let's go get him then.
Right?
Ultimately, that's the goal, right? You want to find a guy like Yordan Alvarez.
All right. So share some of the numbers.
All right, where do you want to start? You want to start with Ribbies?
Yeah. Well, no, let's do like slug.
All right, we'll start with slug. In terms of designated hitters in 2026, Ivan Herrera at number 9 in slug.
Okay. OPS?
OPS, Ivan Herrera 5th in Major League Baseball in OPS, 728.
My favorite
What's
stat,
your favorite?
WRC plus.
Oh, I haven't pulled that up,
Okay,
Anthony.
my bad.
I got the standard stats
If that
here.
one's bad, I'm hanging my hat on that one.
Home runs? I mean, what else you got over there, Marsh?
Home runs. He sits right here at number 10. He's tied with Jorge Soler and George Springer, as well as Andrew Benintendi. 12 home runs.
Okay.
Jorge Soler, I believe he was DFA'd.
Yes.
George Springer having a down year, but a big name, of course, and Andrew Benintendi of the White Sox.
Herrera's got a 108 WRC plus.
There you go.
Oh, that's pretty
Which is down pretty significantly from his previous years. Let's go 2 years ago when he played 72 games, he had a 128 WRC plus. Last year in 107 games, a 137. So his numbers have definitely dipped. Since Carey's not here, we'll mention WAR. 2-point WAR player in 2024, 2.7 last season, 0.9 this year. So, Jamie, I don't think you're wrong in that Ivan Herrera's numbers have dropped, but comparing him to other DHs in Major League Baseball,
No, I was wrong.
he's still
Anthony.
top 10.
It's fine.
So this gets back to my question. So maybe you don't move Ivan Herrera, but I don't know if you guys remember in the offseason when I kept saying that Ivan Herrera is a DH. You guys cool with him just remaining the DH?
Based on the fact that he's top 10, yeah.
Okay.
For now. But is it a down year for DHs across the league, though, too?
That I don't know.
Like, I'd like to be able to do a deep dive on that. For the top 10 guys, what were their numbers last year, year before? And like, because I feel like it's kind of a down year for those guys.
Well, here's another thing. Who is going to replace him?
At DH?
Right.
Who
Baez, baby. Let's go.
Who is going to replace him? I don't think you have this conversation until you find somebody that can actually be the DH for a majority of the season.
And the only reason I mention, do you consider moving him to first, is because you have an outfield issue. I don't want Alec Burleson to go back to the outfield. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
But if you keep him at first base, I don't think Ivan Herrera is a catcher. I never have. And remember, he started the year pretty well.
Can I say something crazy? Since
Sure.
I'm already nibbling on a bag of crap.
Yeah. We'll allow it.
Yeah.
Is that a Canadian thing too? Bags of crap?
Yeah.
Yeah, bags of milk and bags of crap.
Yeah.
You
So
get it in the
gotta
same section at the grocery store.
Yeah, but you have to make sure you put them in a different spot in the fridge.
Correct.
Gotcha.
Yes.
For sure. What about trying them at third base?
Somebody texted that in.
Oh, they did?
I don't know. Did you read it?
No.
No.
I can't.
They said whatever. Don't read off my incredible plan.
No.
Yeah. Nah.
I don't know. We tried him in the outfield. Boy, that looked difficult, didn't it?
No. I think he's a DH. I think you got to commit to it. But so many teams use that DH as this floating opportunity to get guys days off and all that. I would just make him the DH. Here, man.
Well, that's kind of what he's been all year. He does catch once or twice a week. I think you can still do that.
Yeah.
In a perfect world, maybe he's your backup catcher and your DH.
Sure.
But you got to have a catcher that's taking the bull by the horns first. Like, you don't have that guy yet.
You need somebody. You need a catcher that's going to catch for 82 games.
Yeah. You don't have that.
And you don't have that. No. Now, hopefully you're developing that guy, whether it's Bernal or Rodriguez. I don't think it's Jimmy Crooks based on what we've seen.
No, I don't think so.
And
so
I'm being unfair.
Crooks,
I know.
Is that guy trade bait?
This goes back to what I said yesterday as to, some people were asking, some Cardinals fans were asking, why didn't they trade catchers? Why didn't they trade catchers? They've got so many catchers. And my answer to that is, without talking to Chaim Bloom doesn't know what he has yet in those catchers.
Or nobody was asking for him.
And maybe that's the case too.
Just saying.
But he doesn't know what he has yet. So how can he make a decision on whether or not he should trade a catcher if he doesn't have a good feel yet for what he has?
Yeah, lots of questions for him to answer in the next few months and into next year. Glad that we don't have to do that.
No.
We just get to talk about it.
Yeah. Right, and not well apparently. It's a fast,
not good at all.
It's a fast lane on 101 ESPN. All right, now we'll get into which of the four major sports has vastly improved in the last 10 years. Jamie said hockey. You might not be wrong. That's next on 101 ESPN.
You're not licking dog, okay?
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley, St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
Well, we've all had our encounters with some of those pesky little critters that are outside in our yard, maybe in the garage, even in our basement. That's right. Those spiders, ants, roaches, even mice. They find their way into crazy places, and we can't seem to figure it out sometimes. And then your outdoor area, those moles, they are terrible. They're really, really difficult to manage. This is why you call Amco Ranger. They're the best in the business. I've had several other companies out to the Rivers House, and none of them have succeeded like Amco Ranger. They're just diligent at what they do, and they guarantee you 100% satisfaction. They had some mole problems and some ant problems. They've come out, and they've done a fantastic job of maintaining that and then eliminating it as well. We had a bunch of big old bees underneath the deck. Those guys are gone now. And Amco Ranger treats every visit very professionally. They show up, they talk to you, they talk about their plan, and then once they're done, they talk about what they were able to execute, what they're going to be looking for before the next time they come back, and ultimately, they get you the results that you want. So please, if you have any troubles with pests at all around your house, call Amco Ranger at 636-441-2847. That's 636-441-2847, or visit AmcoRanger.com.
Give us your opinion on the Air Comfort Service heating, cooling, and insulation text line at 314-399-9646 on 101 ESPN. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
Cards look to take advantage of Rockies' road woes. Good afternoon. I'm Bradford Bruns. Your Sports Center update is presented by Universal Windows Direct. Following a day off, St. Louis will host last place Colorado tonight. First pitch set for 7:15 p.m. as Kyle Leahy starts against fellow righty Ryan Feltner. The Rockies have lost 4 straight games away from Coors Field. NFL preseason, Carolina rallies past Arizona 33-30. Panthers rookie quarterback Haynes King throwing 2 touchdown passes. Carson Beck also playing turnover-free football. Mizzou-wise, Eli Drinkwitz and company are currently holding their 4th fall practice. This Sports Center update was delivered by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
The Athletic put together a survey, kind of a fan survey, of what they think about hockey and the popularity of the sport. And they asked fans, or like, I guess, readers, a series of questions. And one of the things that we drew from the article is that the game is clearly moving in the right direction. 82.6% of fans reported that their enjoyment of hockey has remained steady or increased compared to the past 10 years. And it's easy to understand why. And then they dive into, the overall speed of the game, more skill, more scoring, more parity, the return of the Olympic best on best competition. So there's a series of things that has led to the increase in popularity of the sport. The on-ice product isn't the NHL's, biggest issue whatsoever. The off-ice experience, to some degree, might be, at least according to the fan survey. So before we dive into kind of the broader topic, Jamie, any thoughts on, I'm sure you're not surprised by the fact that, again, 82.6% of the fans reported that their enjoyment of hockey has remained steady or increased compared to over the last 10 years.
Yeah, that's the one thing that the NHL, people can criticize Gary Bettman all they want. And trust me, I have my gripes over some of the decisions he's made over the years. But where the game is now, it's thriving. It really is. The NHL has created a fast game. There are superstars in the game of hockey. Like, people who are just casual fans know that when, like, the Edmonton Oilers come to town, Connor McDavid plays on that team. Mm-hmm. They know who Nathan McKinnon is. They know who Sidney Crosby is. Like, the league has stars. And the Tkachuk brothers, although I wouldn't put them in that category of McDavid and things like that, they are extremely popular players. People love to hate them,
right,
too. People show up to yell at them. They want to see them get hurt, get hit, like whatever. But they're showing up because they know who those two guys are. Mm-hmm. So I think hockey has done a really good job of marketing their players over the last handful of years. And it'll go back, it's probably 2 or 3 years, really. And to me, it goes hand in hand with when the Four Nations was announced. It felt like hockey said, okay, we need to make sure the whole world knows who our players are. Not that they're just best on best, like, who the hell are these guys? Yeah. And then you started seeing more national commercials being developed, certain campaigns with certain players, with Fanatics, with Dunkin' Donuts, with a lot of the betting apps. Like, you're seeing hockey players in those spots where you saw other sports in years past. And so I think that's the biggest thing now. The Tkachuks have their podcast. People can say whether they love it or they hate it. Doesn't matter. The Kelsey brothers have a podcast, which put them not just on the map, but put them as superstars.
Yeah.
Because, Jason Kelsey, as great as he was as that position, it's not the most beautiful position in the world to be recognized, right. But people know who he is. A lot of people know who he is.
Yeah. He's Travis's brother.
Well, he's created his own thing, no, but you're right. He is, but you're not wrong. He still is Travis's brother.
But there's a couple of things that help there. You'd mentioned the podcast. That's the number one. But they also did the Kelsey like documentary, and a lot of it focused on Jason Kelsey, not.
Did you
Travis.
watch that?
I did.
It was really good.
It was very good.
Yeah, and it led up to the Super Bowl when they played each other.
Right, which is great too.
That's how you was scripted. Anyway,
He's Taylor Swift's brother-in-law.
Yeah.
but yeah, so I think hockey's done a good job of continuing to evolve the game. I think I still would like to see some tweaks to the overtime and shootout aspects of the game. But yeah, I mean, you can't be upset. The revenues are higher than they've ever been. The salary cap is just exploding. So it's pretty tough to look at the NHL and say, yeah, they're struggling. They're not. And one thing the NHL has re-added to this whole thing in the last 2 or 3 years, and I don't know if I completely credit the Kachuk brothers or just that Florida Panthers team, it's nasty. Not all year long, but it gets nasty at times. You have rivalries.
Yeah.
Like the Lightning and the Panthers had a brawl last year in preseason. Like, what are we doing here?
They hated each other.
They hated each other. And you have teams that hate each other now, that there's a passion there, and fans gravitate towards that. Like, fans used to love the Green Bay Packers Chicago Bears game. Like, that was nasty. Like, you had your rivalries, and they've kind of lost that luster now a little bit, but so I think the NHL is doing a good job.
So this leads to the broader question that Marsh poses: which of the 4 major sports has vastly improved in the last 10 years? I think this, if I'm gonna answer this question, I'm gonna start off with the one that to me has gotten steadily worse. And one of the problems is what Jamie just brought up. What are the rivalries right now in the NBA?
Well, the game itself
is tough to watch. It's 3-pointers, no defense, and that has gotten steadily worse as analytics.
And I don't think they do a great job of marketing their superstars. Like LeBron, Steph Curry, like, those guys. But the new up-and-coming ones, like, I know who they are because we deal with sports. But, like, the everyday person doesn't necessarily know who some of these star players are. I don't know if it's the player's choice or the NBA's choice, and even baseball. Shohei Ohtani gets marketed, but, there's a lot of guys that are really good young baseball players. You don't see them anywhere except for, like, on the baseball field.
Yeah. I do go back, though, to this is tough because, to me, the best era that I've been alive for is the 90s, late 80s to 90s, when you had true hatred. The Knicks and Bulls
but the game
playoffs. Well, I totally was. They've lost that big time.
Well, they had to.
And a long time ago, they lost that.
But so let's go back to that for a second, because you're right. But each league has had to lose that because of all the nastiness that was. People got upset. They didn't like it. Football's taken away so much of the nastiness. Now, with some of it, I get. Like, you shouldn't be able to Superman fly through the air with your helmet into someone's face.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. When he doesn't see it coming.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not an idiot. I understand what's safe and what's not safe. But some of those plays, whether we like it or not, or whether it makes us sick to our stomach or not, some of those plays is what ignited rivalries. Like Claude Lemieux hitting Chris Draper from behind headfirst into the boards and smashing his face open. There was no Colorado-Detroit rivalry before that.
Right.
And then everything that followed for 10 to 15 years was a rivalry because of a nasty play that happened. And if you go back over the course of time, with the Bulls area with the Pistons, Michael Jordan talks about how nasty they were to him.
Yeah.
And that ignited the rivalry. Magic and Larry Bird, there was nastiness between the Celtics and the Lakers. So all roads lead back to something that was a little offside.
Sure, but you're not getting that in the NBA now because everybody wants to play buddy ball. Everybody wants to play with their buddy.
I agree with you.
Yeah, it's I agree, and I agree with you in that part of that was there was a
something happened,
some violence. I mean, and violence in small doses can lead to intrigue.
Well, you couple that with the way that schedules are made now in Major League Baseball, in the NHL, where they're playing everybody now. It wasn't like that before, especially in baseball, right? What made interleague play so cool, or what made the World Series so cool, or the All-Star Game so cool, is because you never saw those teams.
Right.
Where now you're seeing every team at least once a year in a series in Major League Baseball, and now you're playing an Eastern Conference team, if you're the Blues, twice, one home, one away. But that means you're playing less divisional games.
Well, what the NHL has done is they've made more games against your conference and not so much your division. So back when I first came in the league, we still played 1-1 with the Eastern Conference teams, but we only had a minimal amount of game against like the Smythe division or the Pacific division, but we had 6 or 8 games against the Blackhawks in the season.
Blues play the Blackhawks this year, I believe, 4 times. That's not enough. You're kidding.
That's more than they have in the last couple of years.
It is. I think maybe last year they played them 3 times.
3 times.
And 2 years ago, they didn't play one game at the United Center because the one game that they played in Chicago was at Wrigley Field.
Correct. 2 here in St. Louis.
That's
1 in
unacceptable.
Chicago. I agree.
Unacceptable. That plays into, especially with and now the NHL. There's still nastiness to it's hockey, but this scheduling thing for me, like 4 times against one of your biggest rivals. That's not enough, man. That's not enough.
I don't think it's taken away fully. I mean, it might take away some enjoyment, but I don't think it's taken away overall from the league, which is part of the thing that we're talking about with the NBA. I mean, the NBA is just, it's so flatline now. There's no intrigue. As far as the NFL is Teflon. It has survived everything. It has survived rule changes. It has survived the quarterbacks not necessarily being hit anymore. It has survived political stuff. It has survived. But I realize that there's some fans out there, especially here in St. Louis, are going to be like, well, I haven't gone back, Anthony, you turd. I'm like, okay. But
you bag of crap.
Yeah, you bag of crap. Take the bag of crap that Jamie's eating, and you eat it too. But the popularity of the sport, again, has never been higher. And it's a perfect, from a sporting standpoint, it's the perfect sport to bet on. It's the perfect sport to play fantasy football. There's so much intrigue.
But it's also the
once
easiest sport
once a week.
It's also the easiest sport to follow.
It is.
Because there's only 18 games or 18 weeks, 17 games.
Yes.
That's it.
Yep.
That's easy.
One game a week.
That's not a life commitment.
And you can hype it.
Yeah.
It is a week long of hype.
It's storylines too.
Yep.
Think of reality TV like game shows. Like think of Survivor, right? And I know it's not live by any means, but it's one episode a week. And through that entire week of the show not being on, you can have people discussing it online, like all these different things that are going on. Same thing with any show that comes out every single week. So Game of Thrones on Sundays, people are talking about it. Like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen next week? This is what I'm speculating. All these different things. The NFL is a giant reality show.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I had an idea the other night, and it might be already happening. I don't know. But I thought to myself, with Netflix, Amazon, and these streaming services getting in on the NFL in particular, never mind the other sports, how great would it be that each and every day of the week leading up to your Netflix matchup on Sunday, whatever it is, pick 2 teams.
Falcons Saints.
Okay, Falcons Saints. Starting that Monday, they're following the team. And every night.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Every night on Netflix, it's quick production. It will be raw for the most part.
Right.
A lot of the editing will be clunky, but every night you have the coaches' interviews at the end of the day, then the offensive coordinator the next day, what they went over, some practice footage, some things leading up to the game, to where now your intro, your pregame for that Netflix game is highlights from throughout the week.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Watch. It's a great idea.
You've been progressively able to watch this matchup throughout the entire week.
I love it.
You'll actually maybe want to watch that game.
Yeah, especially
Wow.
Oh, come on.
It's a great rivalry. Was it good football? No, but my God, it's a great rivalry. This kid was just talking about rivalries for 15 minutes.
Do you think
kids these days?
Do you think the NFL has improved, or because you said it's Teflon? Basically, it's stood the test of time.
Yeah.
But has it improved? I think offenses have improved. You're seeing a ton of scoring, but I think more and more people are complaining about ticky-tacky calls that impact games. Is that good for the game? Or does it matter because people are going to watch anyway?
Yeah. So the bigger point would be no. I don't think it matters because people are going to watch anyways. But is it good for the game? No. The quarterback play has never been better too. Yeah. So I think that's a key driving force. It wasn't that long ago that felt like you got about 8 quarterbacks that you wanted to watch. Now there's at least intrigue with half the league. when it comes to quarterback
and
play.
even the quarterbacks that suck, I'm intrigued.
Right.
Like, how bad is this guy going to be on Sunday?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
One thing with Major League Baseball, I actually think the product on the field in terms of fans watching, speeding the game up, ABS, all that stuff has vastly improved.
Yep.
But where we are at right now in the grand scheme of things with Major League Baseball has taken a massive step back.
I'm with you. Yeah, well said. I completely agree with that. The on-field product, thumbs up. The off-field stuff, no thanks. Go Dodgers. Hope you win every World Series from here until
Dodgers,
eternity.
who went bankrupt in 2011.
Thank you. All right, we've got that was Marsh, so why don't we do what's trending next?
Do we have a lineup?
I don't know. We'll check that. Maybe we got a lineup. Maybe. Nope. All right, so we're going to do what's trending next on 101 ESPN.
Tomorrow, White Sox and Guardians. Pregame at 5:30. First pitch at 6:15. The MLB plays on 101 ESPN. Live from the Centene Community Ice Center inside the ENB Granite Studios, you're tuned into the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN. What are the hot topics topics in the sports world.
What in the wide, wide world of sports is going on here?
Here's what's trending.
All right, time for what's trending here in the Fast Lane on 101 at ESPN. Marsh, what do you got for us?
All right, so yesterday we talked about the NFL Hall of Fame game that pitted the Arizona Cardinals against the Carolina Panthers. Of course, it's preseason. Nobody really cares. But will there be a game as exciting this NFL regular season than what we witnessed last night? The Carolina Panthers' final play of the game, Haynes King out of
Georgia Tech.
Rushed towards the pylon, not the pylon, but the end zone, dove, game over, Carolina wins. He had an unbelievable night, 21 for 34, 2 touchdown passes, and a rushing touchdown as well. He's not the guy that I want to talk about, though. Carson Beck out of Miami and Georgia, 15 for 19, 188 yards, a touchdown, hit a rating of 125.44. Carson Beck, a lot of question marks surrounding this guy. And, of course, with this entire conversation, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Because it is the preseason. But what do you make of Carson Beck, his performance last night, and is this a good fit with the Arizona Cardinals?
Well, I'll answer the second one first. I think it's a good fit only because you've got a journeyman in Jacoby Brissett that, you know, the more starts he makes, and he was actually pretty good a year ago. The more starts he makes, he's going to be exposed. So you have an opportunity if you're Carson Beck. But to answer your first question about, you know, what do I make of the performance? Not much. You've got vanilla defenses. They're not showing anything.
Yeah.
A lot of times there's zero blitzing. They just line up and play, and you're facing guys that, you know, to borrow the line from Major League 2, guys that are going to be bagging groceries in a week. Right?
Oh.
Like, it's just not. It almost stands out if you struggle rather than, you know, you put on a show, so to speak. But Carson Beck does have a couple things working to his advantage. Played at 2 big programs. He's played in playoff games. Obviously, he led Miami to the national championship game last year. He was driving Miami deep in Indiana territory late in the game with an opportunity to win it. So he's had those big moments, and he's got a lot of experience. So I think that's working for him. But as far as going, you know, 15 of 19 for 188 yards, nice throw on the 49-yard pass to Jalen Brooks. But again, this is you're not facing defenses that are game planning against you.
He led a 98-yard drive, 15 plays to put the Cardinals up 7-0. That was the first score of the game in the second quarter. I mentioned Haynes King. He's fun to watch. He's a fun quarterback to watch.
Yeah.
I don't expect him to have some spectacular NFL career by any means, but he was fun to watch at Georgia Tech. And last night watching that game, he provided some entertainment for a game that doesn't mean anything.
Sure.
I thought it was really fun to watch out of Haynes King.
Those are typically those are the players that you want to watch, right? The guys that you grew familiar with in college.
Yeah.
And then you get to see them. It's always weird to me to look at them in an NFL uniform.
Yeah.
They a lot of times they look much smaller for some reason. They look smaller in the NFL than
Like
they do.
Ty Simpson?
Yeah. Well, that was a funny tweet. If you missed the tweet, somebody had tweeted out that the Rams allowed a fan to take a snap in training camp, and it was actually Ty Simpson.
Well, there are a lot of teams these days that are getting fans involved, and we talked about that yesterday.
But going back to Haynes King, his teammates loved him. Like, they raved about him. And he helped Georgia Tech pull off a couple of big comebacks last year and a couple of close games, and Georgia Tech became kind of one of those darlings in the outskirts of the college football playoff picture. But they fell short.
Bradford, what did you make of the game last night? I know you wanted to highlight Carson Beck. We were just talking about him. I know it's a preseason game, but your thoughts on the first game of the NFL season, preseason Hall of Fame game?
Frankly, guys, it didn't surprise me as to Beck's performance. It was very indicative of what you saw when he was at his best, that is, at Georgia as well as Miami. I am intrigued, bigger picture, moving into this season and perhaps beyond, provided that he is able to secure a spot on the roster going forward, on what he could potentially do in this system. I think it's intriguing that for somebody who is basically reliant on getting the ball ball out quickly. And among this year's incoming crop of quarterbacks, he definitely boasts that particular tag, considering that LaFleur does come from the same McVay-Shanahan tree. Now, I don't know about the OC and Nathaniel Hackett. If you're looking at destinations, I think Arizona is basically as good as it gets for Beck as far as development is concerned. When you're working with Harrison Jr. or you're talking about Michael Wilson, obviously Trey McBride too, I can't envision a scenario, honestly, in which if things go south, if you have injuries, 2%, Minshew again, Beck could step in maybe a little quicker than we're thinking. What does that bode for the Cardinals? Probably not well, though.
Probably not.
Well, I think the big thing there, too, is there's no expectations for him or that team.
No.
So just go out there and play football.
Yeah, you're in a stacked division.
Yeah.
You got the Super Bowl. You got the defending Super Bowl champ. You have the team that is now absolutely loaded, perhaps the best roster in football, in the Rams, and a team that could have went to the Super Bowl had they not run into the Seahawks.
Yep.
And then you've got a 49ers team that also made the playoffs last year, despite having most of their stud players fall on injured reserve at some point. So the Cardinals are up against it, to say the least.
Sticking with this game and just the overall weekend, the Hall of Fame, Larry Fitzgerald, he was on the Westwood One call yesterday doing an interview. One of the most down-to-earth guys. We've actually had him on the show before. Super cool dude, unbelievable talent. We talked yesterday about wide receivers and how they are divas. He just seems like a completely different animal when it comes to that position. Do you think we'll ever see somebody like that with what he brings on the field, but also off the field? Do you think we'll see that?
Like star power, Hall of Famer, but also really good human being.
100%.
Yeah.
Not really good human being, but like just no trauma, essentially.
Yeah, we will. I mean, you're right. I mean, that position comes with a lot of flair and drama, and like you said, that these guys are prima donnas. But I could think of a wide receiver that played here for a long time that also endeared himself to the fans and the community, and Isaac Bruce. And you couldn't talk. I mean, I'll tell you a quick story about Isaac Bruce. I was asked to interview him. He spoke to, I don't know if he still does this, but he was speaking to a lot of youth coaches. This was about 10, 12 years ago. And it was at Rams Park, and I was the one that was kind of moderating it. And, I was just basically asking him questions about not only his career, but any advice he has for the coaches. And there's like a lot of youth coaches in the audience. And before we went on, him and I were just in a back room watching college basketball, and Memphis happened to be playing, and obviously he's a Memphis grad. And you would have thought that I was just talking to a buddy that I've known for forever. Mm-hmm. And Isaac Bruce was so down to earth, such a good dude. And while I don't know Larry Fitzgerald, I can imagine that Larry Fitzgerald is the exact same way. I think when you meet people that are humble and grateful and appreciative of everything that they have in life, that's how you get to be what Larry Fitzgerald has become and what Isaac Bruce has become. So, but yeah, I think we'll see. I'm sure there's a lot of NFL players that are like that too.
Yeah, I'm talking just strictly from the wide receiver position.
Sure. Can we go down the list here for a second?
Let's look at some of the best.
All right. I mean, Justin Jefferson
is a great human being, really good dude.
Jackson
really
Smith and Jigba seems like a good dude.
Yep.
Puka Nacua.
There's some stuff there.
I got one. Mon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
Mon-Ra St. Brown, like, he is as tough as they come, but if you watched Receiver with him, Justin Jefferson, and I think was it Jamar Chase who was on that one? Justin Jefferson and Mon-Ra St. Brown.
That was a couple of years ago.
Yeah. But I came away. Oh, Devontae Adams, thank you. And
he's another one of those guys too.
He is, but I actually came away, I don't want to say disappointed, but Devontae Adams almost kind of had that me persona a little bit. Maybe just because he was with Vegas and he was the Raiders and bad situation.
I don't blame him for being a little ticked off being in that situation.
That organization. He did kind of grease the wheels, though, to get out of Green Bay and go to Vegas.
Yeah,
Either way,
but
it doesn't make him a bad
You don't really
dude.
hear about it, though.
No.
You don't really hear about it.
Yeah. I think that Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now, I don't know if he'll have the career of Larry Fitzgerald, but I think Justin Jefferson certainly will. I think those are two humble wide receivers that also go out and do their thing. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Bradford just let us know that the lineup is out, so we'll play the lineup game next.
The Spread Zone, where sports betting meets reckless optimism, questionable logic, and the occasional stroke.
You might have heard Doug Voss and Safe Money Radio. His shows have been on several radio stations for many years. Now he can be heard every Sunday from 10 to 11 a.m. on 101 ESPN. He is super excited to get to the ESPN audience as he is a huge St. Louis sports fan. Doug is an expert at minimizing the impact of market volatility on his clients' assets. So catch Safe Money Radio every Sunday at 10 a.m. on 101 ESPN. Doug Voss is a registered representative. Securities offered through D.H. Hill Securities, LLLP, member FINRA and SIPC. WXOS HD1 East St. Louis 101 ESPN is driven by Brown and Crouppen Law Firm. The Fast Lane is broadcasting live from the ENB Granite Studios at the Centene Community Ice Center, presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN.
Your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler with Andrew Marsh and Jamie Rivers. I'm Anthony Stalter. That siren means it's time to play the lineup game here in the Fast Lane. The Cardinals host the Rockies tonight. Ryan Feltner on the hill. He is a right-hander, Marsh.
All right.
All right. You want to start off?
Yeah, show us JJ Weatherholt.
What's the best kind of firework to buy?
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
Watching you, studying your every move.
I think Jordan Walker's back, right? It's got to be. Yeah.
I think so.
Show us Jordan Walker.
That one touched the ground. That one touched the ground.
Yeah.
What's going on there?
I'm just fixing something that's been bugging me.
Wait a minute. What have we here?
Oh my God, we're back again.
I got a little giddy that Walker's back. That's a good thing, right?
Absolutely.
It's exciting.
Well, yeah.
Miss that guy. All right, Jamie. Right-hander on the bump. Right-hander.
Got to be Alec Burleson, right?
Yes, sir.
Show us Alec Burleson.
He's not some magic star.
What? You're insane. He's a huge star at this specific sliver of time.
Not too.
Although not tonight.
Oh, he's
back at Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
I got the warning track power.
Yeah. I've got the pop out.
Oh,
wow. No, that's different.
That's a fly out still.
All right.
Yeah.
Whatever, guys. Screw you.
Whatever, dude. Marshy.
Show us Ivan Herrera.
What's your favorite position?
Designated hitter.
That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it for you.
Is this Fermin? It's got to be, right?
Come on.
Ferminator's in this lineup. He's been hitting cleanup, for God's sake.
Hang on. Yeah, Ferminator was 4th the other night.
I don't know.
It's a right-hander on the bump?
No, maybe it's Nathan Church.
Church was
Church 5, win 6.
No, the Ferminator 7? Nah, I don't think so. I think this is the Ferminator.
Go ahead, then.
Show us Jose Fermin.
Go ahead,
Boy, when you're really confident.
That would be 3 righties in a row with win at 6.
You know what he did? Jamie? He's over there, and he's thinking to himself, I know this is wrong, but fine. And then he just, it's 3 righties.
Well, hey, I could be wrong, too.
Hey, Anthony, you got yours wrong.
It's not 3 righties.
If you went Herrera and then Fermin and then win, that's 3 righties.
Completely unacceptable. He's right, Anthony. I don't know.
Go ahead, Marsh.
Show us Nathan Church. Yeah, I was wrong, too, Anthony.
Makes me feel better.
Wow.
Okay.
After the way you treated me. What are you talking about? Does this win?
It's way too high for Jimmy Crooks, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right, show us Mason Wynn.
What the H is wrong with you guys?
Yeah, I got tempted there.
Okay, so not Fermin.
It can't be Torres.
I mean, it could be.
Well, no kidding, Anthony. It could be anybody, really.
Well, it can't be Newt. He's a Diamondback.
That wasn't really nice.
That wasn't.
Arizona.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be a lefty, though, right?
That's why I said Torres. Lying as it could be.
Go for it.
Well, Jamie, you go for it, yeah.
Show us Torres. I didn't really believe it.
All right, so we
Is this the new guy,
wrong.
Pereira?
Is he there? They just picked him up off waivers.
I wouldn't think so.
Was he at a truck stop? Or is he at a gas station with his bag?
You look big. Can you skate? Let's see. That's 4. You want to try Crooks? Just for the hell of it?
Yeah, I don't care anymore.
Yeah.
We're floating down river right now.
I'm with you.
Go for it.
No, you. You brought him up.
Okay, show us Jimmy Crooks.
Who are you? Nobody.
Oh,
No. I know you. I know you. He was at that party with me, the one I was telling you about. Remember?
Back.
He's Jimmy's brother, the guy.
Ish.
The singer. Jimmy.
Oh, Jimmy. Oh, okay. What about him?
Jimmy.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, now Mason Wynn.
Yeah.
Show us Mason Wynn.
Shortstop. That's right. Now and forever. Forever and ever, shortstop.
We aren't in the top 10.
Wait. This is bullshit.
He's the best in the business.
Best arm in baseball.
All right, so we got lefty, righty. Nathan Church.
I think he's here.
Yeah.
And then, Nathan Church. Then
Blaze Jordan.
And then batting ninth would be Brian Torres. Do you like that?
Where's Prieto? We got to get him in here, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
Not really. No, you don't. I think this is Church, so let's go Church here.
Okay. Let's just start with Church.
Show us Nathan Church.
My friends, I found religion.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones.
Okay, so we need a left fielder and a third baseman.
Yes.
So I think it's Blaze Jordan right here. Do you think the Ferminator got a day off his feet?
Probably. They like that double.
Well, he could be a left
day
field. But he's batting way too low.
He bat ninth. Come on.
I think it's Blaze Jordan here.
He would. Ollie would not insult Jose Fermin.
It's good
like that.
Franchise player. Can't piss him off.
Correct. Go ahead.
Show us Blaze Jordan. Okay, that felt not good.
Okay, what about Prieto?
Go for
Fermin. No, but Fermin batting 9.
Fermin could be 8.
No, Fermin 8th, Prieto 9. So Fermin can play left, and your third baseman would be Prieto.
All right, go for it.
Okay, so show us Jose Fermin.
No.
All right, never mind.
Okay.
Prieto?
Torres?
Let's go Torres. What do you think?
Go ahead.
Sure. Show us Brian Torres.
Hello, Brian.
Welcome to the big show. People call me the Brine Man.
Still need a third baseman. So this is Prieto probably.
Or Fermin.
Or Fermin.
Or Jordan.
Or Jordan.
I mean, I wouldn't bat them 9th, though.
Well, right now, do you think there's
do?
any rhyme or reason to what we've seen over the last week?
I don't know. It's probably Prieto. There's a righty on the mound.
That's what I'm thinking.
If you want to take him out for a right-handed bat later in the game against the lefty, you can. So, yeah. Show us Cesar Prieto.
Oh, boy.
This isn't the real Caesar's Palace, is it?
What do you mean?
Did Caesar live here?
No.
I didn't think so.
Okay, we're on it there, Bradford.
Humdinger of a starting 9 for this Cardinals-Rockies series opener, starting with the second baseman, J.J. Weatherholt. Jordan Walker makes his return in the 2-spot and in right field. First baseman, Alec Burleson batting third. The DH and cleanup man, Ivan Herrera, followed by fifth-place hitter, the catcher, Jimmy Crooks. Shortstop, Mason Wynn. Center fielder, Nathan Church. Brian Torres is in left field batting 8th, and rounding it out at the hot corner, Cesar Prieto.
Back. Stay fair! Stay fair!
Go foul!
I don't believe what I just saw!
Home run.
All right, Marsh, are you still leading it?
Yes.
Did we ever get confirmation on the whole 10-point thing?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, then it stays, so no 10-pointer.
All right.
Seems ridiculous.
Give me a Chip Carey, welcome back Jordan Walker, home run call tonight.
Oh, wow. Welcome back, Jordan Walker. All right, I'm going to go with Nathan Church. Why not?
It's not a bad pick.
Give me that Alec Burleson.
Okay. Who does Carey want?
Who's the new guy?
Prieto.
Prieto.
The new guy.
Oh, Pereira?
The new guy.
Everson Pereira?
Is he here?
Not sure.
No.
Nah.
Okay.
Paez. Paez off the bench.
Yeah.
All right. There you go. Paez off the bench. There you go. All right.
I think it's soft now.
Yeah, right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN.
Oh, we got to get Bradford a pick.
Oh, yeah.
Bradford.
Trying to screw Bradford out.
No, I was going right to him after that. You just didn't let me finish.
Really?
It's my goodbye pick for a while, at least. I will go with the man we spotlighted a lot during the 2 o'clock hour. Going yard for the first time since July 26th will be Ivan Herrera.
Oh, Ivan. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. How much expansion is too much expansion in the NHL? That's next on 101 ESPN.
You can now listen to 101 ESPN on demand. Get caught up on all our shows and podcasts at 101ESPN.com or on the 101 mobile app. 101 ESPN podcasts are presented by the Schaefer Door Company.
My friends over at Urban Chestnut, they just keep doing things the right way. Gotta love all the brand new beers that they keep launching. Wasn't too long ago, they launched the Zwickel Light. The Zwickel, the original, just a great beer. You've seen it before in those big cans or on one of the taps at your local restaurant. Great beer, but the Zwickel Light is fantastic. Only 95 calories, 3.7 carbs. It's locally brewed. It's a light lager. It is really, really good. It tastes like beer as well. They've got cans and bottles in the Zwickel Light. For me, it's a go everywhere, do anything kind of beer, no matter what the occasion is, whether it's just you sitting at home having a cold one, a little bit of a barbecue going on, a party. Zwickau Light is always the star of the show. But that's not it. They've launched a new one, too. It's called the Squirrel Works. It's a hazy IPA, delivers bright tropical notes, got an easy, juicy finish to it. It's awesome. It really is. 6.6%, so you know you're getting a little bang for your buck on that one. They got the 4-pack of 16-ounce cans or the single cans that stand alone as well. Both these beers are awesome at your party. Ice cold as well. You will thank me later on. For more information about these beers or anything else going on over at Urban Chestnut, please visit urbanchestnut.com. Again, that's urbanchestnut.com. Prost!
Broadcasting live from the Centene Community Ice Center inside the E&B Granite Studios. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN. Presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN.
Last night on 101 ESPN, how much expansion is too much expansion? Well, there was an agent that posted on X, Alan Walsh, saying the NHL is coming, Houston and Atlanta.
Let's go, baby.
And then a fan said, I don't think so. He says there simply isn't enough talent to support this many teams. You're going to create perpetual underclass of teams stuck in purgatory with no path to contending. My response is, yeah, probably. But the NHL is still going to do it anyways. There's too much money to be made. But in terms of him saying, this fan suggesting, that the NHL couldn't expand this much and not have still some good play, what are your thoughts?
I don't know if I agree with that. I mean,
it does make sense. You're adding two teams,
well,
so obviously the talent pool is going to be
initially
it's going to be less, but you're also creating jobs.
But you say that, but then you look at some of the recent expansion teams.
Don't you dare use Vegas.
Well, I'm going to use Seattle too.
Don't you dare.
I'll use Seattle too. Seattle made the playoffs their first year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Now they've been in the murky middle since then, but they're not the worst team in the league. So much for that theory, in my opinion.
Right.
And in Vegas, well, that's a whole other animal.
Yeah.
Like they've never even experienced mediocrity, let alone failure.
Right. So, the league had to change the expansion rules because of Vegas.
And they missed the playoffs once in their existence, I believe.
By accident, I think.
It was close, too. It was like a point that they missed it by. So, look, you can say that about any sport as you expand. Well, it's going to be watered down and watered down.
Mm-hmm.
But so what? Like, it doesn't matter. Right now, let's say baseball, for example. The bottom of the National League and the bottom of the American League is terrible baseball teams.
Mm-hmm.
what's one more team being terrible going to matter?
Right.
Yeah. It's the way I look at that.
You pose a good question, right? Okay, even if it does create kind of a purgatory situation for teams, do you care? Because I don't.
I don't care.
I don't think that you're still going to get the two best teams or the two hottest teams or a combination of the two that meet in the Stanley Cup.
Mm-hmm.
You're still going to get what you, at least on paper, the best of the best. I know that like the Patriots got in last year to the Super Bowl. They probably weren't the best team in the AFC. Sorry, Jamie. But that's going to happen from time to time.
Did they win the games they had to win?
They certainly did.
No.
Well, not the last one, but yes.
But they won the games,
prior to that to get in.
What else could they do?
Nothing.
You want them to beat a team twice just to prove it?
I think they did. Either way, do you care? I don't.
Here's where I go with it too. Is Houston? I know the guy who's coming in. It's Tillman Fertitta. He's got, deep pockets. There's no guarantee that team's bad right away. Like with the salary cap where it's going to be, so you'll have the expansion draft. You'll draft the best team you possibly can, but then you have your own draft, and then you have free agency. You don't think Houston, Texas, no state tax, you don't think that's an attractive spot? Houston could be a playoff contending team almost immediately because the high salary cap, so that owner can go pay whoever he wants to come in. And I don't know when they're predicting this to happen, but if it's 2 years from now, guess what? Austin Matthews and Connor McDavid and Brady Tkachuk are free agents.
Son of a gun.
I'm not saying you can get all three,
but
you could get one.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes. So, and as far as Atlanta goes, that ownership group that's coming in there now, they're doing it right. I was there when the Thrashers were around. That was a mess. That the arena was really cool in the wrong part of town. It just was in the wrong part of town. We live in St. Louis. You could probably imagine what I mean by saying it was in the wrong part of town.
Yeah.
It just was. Now they're talking about building the arena out in the county. So it'll be like plopping it in between Ladue and Chesterfield. Not a bad area.
No.
And accessible to many people. And the sport of hockey in Atlanta has absolutely exploded from a youth hockey level. They've got regular teams. They've got AAA programs. They've got more than one AAA program in the city of Atlanta. A lot of former players have retired down in that area. So it's kind of like St. Louis was a long time ago. So as far as like people showing up to the games, I'm not worried. And corporate dollars, there's more corporate dollars than maybe any other city. Atlanta has exploded with businesses that have moved there. They're operating. TNT, the sports network itself, the TNT Broadcasting, they're based out of Atlanta. So I think both of these teams, from a revenue standpoint and from a competitive thing, they could both be competitive, air quotes, right away. Do I think they're Vegas? No, but I don't think they're going to be failures.
I think the selfish part of me doesn't want more players from our favorite team, the Blues, to be plucked.
You could say that, but you could also go add more players too.
That's fair.
Because now the net is wider. Like there's more teams scooping up more players. So some of these players might become available.
We did get a text about Atlanta going back to that well once again. Do you think that is a good idea for the NHL?
Well, I just described it. I literally just told you guys.
I understand that.
You got to pay attention, Marsh.
No,
I'm paying attention. But I'm saying comparing it to another city that has never had an NHL team.
So I understand the argument, and it feels redundant for the NHL to go there, but this is the very first time that Atlanta is going to be set up for success.
Okay.
Both other instances, the arena was in the wrong spot. Way back when they're the Atlanta Flames, nobody even knew what the hell hockey was in that area. It was way ahead of its time, and people didn't buy in. So I look at the Atlanta Flames as whatever, like it never really happened. Now the Thrashers, that was an expansion that was made very purposely for Atlanta because of the size of the city. The problem is that getting to the arena where it was, in the area that it was in, wasn't convenient. Just like Glendale for the Coyotes.
Yeah.
Nobody was showing up to those games. But if that hockey rink would have been in Scottsdale instead, the Coyotes would still be in Arizona. Utah wouldn't have that franchise. They might have their own, but that would never have happened. So that's kind of what the situation is for Atlanta now is that they're going to have a chance to put the arena in a good spot. The growth of hockey overall since the last time the Thrashers were there, it's almost 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the sport has grown tremendously in Atlanta.
I just thought of this. How embarrassing is it for NHL owners that have been around for a while? They see new groups come in and have almost immediate success. I'm thinking of Vegas, obviously. Mm-hmm. I think what Utah has done has been really good.
Yeah, but they inherited an entire roster and draft picks.
But I'm not talking about the roster. I'm more so talking about the way that they operate. You talk about Ryan Smith and what he's done for that organization. I think that they're doing it right. Mm-hmm. Seattle, they were a playoff team. They beat the Avalanche one year. It is what it is. But people like hockey up there. I just look at some of the other owners around the league. I'm like, what are you doing, man? Like, how are these other guys coming in and they're already doing a better job than you?
Some of these owners, and it's going to be hard to understand. Some of the owners, they really don't care.
What?
No, I don't mean like they don't care. Like they like their team, but like Ryan Smith and like the Ilitch family, when Mike Ilitch was there. I can't speak to Chris Ilitch. I haven't been there under his tenure. These owners cared. And they showed up and they talked to people and they were involved. Some of the other owners who care, they're not involved.
Yeah. They just own the team.
I own the team and consult with me before any major deals. And let's go get one. Okay? All right. Go team. Now, Tom Stillman and his group, they're very active as well, but they're not like in the locker room and like things like that. They're very invested in the team. Mm-hmm. It just, I think that the new trend of owner, which is to be very wealthy and also be very involved and to create a winning environment, not wins and losses, but a winning environment where players want to be, that's the key. And that's what Florida did. Mm-hmm. Never mind the state tax and all that stuff, because we've talked about this ad nauseum. The new ownership in Florida, he created an environment where players wanted to be in.
Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a question, Anthony.
Yes,
Maybe
sir.
we can roll this over. What type of owner would you want? One that is very involved with everything, but you run the risk of said owner putting their fingerprints maybe too much on what is happening for a roster? Or would you rather have somebody step aside and say, I have hired people to do this job. I'm just going to let them do it, and I will just own the team?
Yeah, I would rather have the owner step aside. Because I think you run, like you said, you run the risk of a Jerry Jones situation where he's meddling too much because he wants all of the credit and the praise, and he feels as though that he knows enough about football that he can make decisions on trades and free agency and things like that, draft picks. I would rather have the owner that say, listen, I own the team, I know my place, it's still my team, I'm going to choose to hire the GM and the president and all that, but once they're hired, I'm going to let them do their job.
And I'll just stand on the sideline.
Yeah. I'd rather have the Ilitch family saying, what do you need? What do you need from me?
Yeah, my job is to provide everything you need, including a coaching staff and management group, the front office that can do their job.
Correct. Yeah. I would imagine same for you.
Yes. Sorry, I just read Bacon Wrapped Wiener's text. It is pretty funny. I did say owner, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Mike Sando. We talked about him yesterday, guys.
Yeah, we did.
Mike Sando released his quarterback tiers. Always kind of a
What was he sad about?
No. Different spelling on tiers.
Oh.
Always a fun exercise. What can we go anywhere with it? Who ranked too low? Who ranked too high? What surprised you? We'll dive into that next in the Fastlane on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley, St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
Well, renovating your home at any point can be very difficult, especially if you're talking about your kitchen or your bathroom. This is why I trust the experts. And the experts, for me, they're located over at E&B Granite. They are St. Louis's trusted local one-stop shop for countertops, cabinetry, flooring, design guidance, and installation. Look, E&B Granite they have just a massive assortment of countertops right there on site for you. So you show up to the showroom, talk to the representatives, and then you go into the back of the warehouse, and they've got granite, quartz, marble, all kinds of different colors, patterns, and things like that. You get a chance to really look at it and see if you like it rather than just some little sample size thing. E&B Granite also has designer cabinets. So whatever your project is, they've got cabinets that will work for you. Whatever your budget is, they've got the cabinets and the flooring that will work for you as well. And they'll work alongside with you. The in-house design staff is absolutely fantastic at what they do. They'll sit there and design that kitchen or that bathroom right there with you while you're in the showroom. And then the technicians, they do a fantastic job of all the installation side. So please go check things out at 6135 Manchester Avenue. The great group of people over there. Or you can call ahead. You can get a free quote, or you can call ahead and book an appointment. When you do, tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. That number is 314-645-9300. That's 314-645-9300. Or you can always visit eandbgranite.com.
ESPN has your chance to win a pair of single-day passes for the BMW Championship, August 18th through the 23rd at Bellerive Country Club, including access to the Trophy Club presented by Michelob Ultra. See the top PGA players in the world compete while enjoying the Trophy Club presented by Michelob Ultra, located alongside the 7th green, featuring shaded seating and indoor lounge, a variety of food and beverage options for purchase, including off-site parking and shuttle service and more. Find your chance to win that pair of single-day passes for the BMW Championship at Bellerive Country Club, including access to the Trophy Club presented by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. Right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 app. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
Leahy looks to continue hot stretch. I'm Bradford Bruns. Your Sports Center update is presented by Universal Windows Direct. Cardinals righty Kyle Leahy has thrived since MLB's Midsummer Classic, posting a 2.00 ERA with 16 strikeouts in 18 innings. Next up, Reeling, Colorado. First pitch set for 7:15 p.m. downtown. The Rockies' last road win was back on July 24th. College football, Mizzou wraps up its fourth fall practice. Ole Miss transfer QB Austin Simmons expressing excitement about new offensive coordinator Chip Lindsey.
Honestly, you can look at his track record. You see his stats with Drake May back in North Carolina. He's seen like all the great talent he's had around him and how he really instilled those explosive plays down the field. And honestly, I'm just excited for this whole season. He's going to put us in the right position.
This Sports Center update comes from Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We're broadcasting live from the ENB Granite Studios at the Centene Community Ice Center. Presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN.
I always enjoy Mike Sando's work at The Athletic. He puts together his quarterback tiers in which he ranks all the quarterbacks, but it's not based on his study or his opinion. It's based on talking to people throughout the league, whether it's defensive coordinators, offensive coordinators, GMs. He puts all this together based on observations and opinions and thoughts from the rest of the league. So, guys, without further ado, you want to go over tier one? I think this is the tier we'll have the least amount of quibbles with.
Let's do it.
Number one, Patrick Mahomes. The defensive coach says, I think he's a one, but this year will show. Do you guys have any questions about Mahomes outside of his health? Because I really don't. Like his game has had to evolve. He has gone from what Caleb Williams was a year ago, which was like highlight reel after highlight reel, into a more efficient Tom Brady-like quarterback.
Yeah.
But that doesn't make him less impressive or less
he still has the
quarterback.
escapability, though. Like he still gets out of the pocket. Like Tom Brady didn't really have that turn and burn.
He had to take the profits. He was not going to get hit.
Yeah, Mahomes doesn't, like, he's not super fast by any means, but when he does scramble, he does pick up a good chunk of yards, and you're just wondering, like, how can nobody catch him? He just has great vision.
His IQ is off the charts.
It's unbelievable.
It's off the charts. And I think that's the biggest thing is he's athletic, so he's physically capable, but then you add in the IQ that he has, and that's what separates him.
Yeah.
That's why he, like Tom Brady, has been able to continue to thrive with lesser rosters throughout the years, because when you've got Juju Smith-Schuster as your primary target at times, because your first guy can't stay on the field because he's got off-the-field problems and other things like that.
Yeah.
You don't have a running game, but you're still in the conversation.
Yeah, you make it work.
That's because your quarterback is elite at processing the game and elite at executing.
Yes, I agree. There was a tie for second, Josh Allen and Matthew Stafford. Again, no issues at all. The former head coach said of Matthew Stafford, his football intelligence matches his football talent. And the general manager, unnamed general manager, said of Josh Allen, he's the reason they remain competitive. He's so physically talented. Agree on both. Number four, since those two were ranked tied for second, number four is Joe Burrow. He's so talented at throwing the ball, and he sees it so well. So that was tier one.
Wow. Okay. Obviously one guy that's missing from that tier that you'd probably think would be in it,
which would be Lamar Jackson.
Yeah.
And he headlines tier two. So Lamar Jackson's number 5. If he doesn't play well, they don't win games.
That's fair.
Which is,
I mean, you could say that
speaks to his talent.
Any other quarterback, though.
Yeah.
Like, think about the Chiefs. If Patrick Mahomes is not good, who's taking over that game?
Yeah.
Okay, let's look at the Bills. if Josh Allen does not play good, James Cook could take over the game. We've seen it at times.
Yeah.
He had a really good season last year. The Bengals, who's taking over that game if Joe Burrow's not throwing the ball well?
Outside of Joe Flacco, nobody.
Exactly. It's not like Jamar Chase can
to your point,
throw the ball to himself.
Right. To your point, you could do that.
Now the Rams, they have an unbelievable squad. I'm sure we'll get to that later. But
so Lamar Jackson was 5th. Justin Herbert was 6th. And the defensive coordinator that spoke on him said he should have had more accolades at this point. I think the biggest knock on Justin Herbert, and it's really the only thing that you could say about the guy, is that he just hasn't had the playoff success. But that doesn't diminish how good he is, especially in the regular season. Like, you still have to line up against him 17 times. Opponents have to face it, and opponents deal with him throughout the season. He's very good. Get to the postseason, though, and some of his worst games, unfortunately, have just come in the playoffs.
Well, half of his career he has played under a incompetent head coach and Gibbs Smith. Well, no, I just said an incompetent head coach and Gibbs Smith.
Yeah, Gibbs Smith.
I'm not saying that Gibbs Smith was incompetent by any means. I was just naming Gibbs Smith.
Right.
And now he has a really good head coach.
We don't know if he was competent or not. We didn't even know he was the coach.
We just know he's GIF.
He has
or it
a
might
GIF.
Be GIF. I don't know.
I am very interested to see what he looks like, what this offense looks like under
Mike McDaniel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really interested to see what he looks like behind his 2 offensive tackles.
Oh, that's fair.
He missed. So Slater and Altz both went down either in training camp or I think the first couple of weeks into the season. He was missing both offensive tackles. They still made the playoffs.
And Gadsden, I'm sorry, not Gadsden. Who am I thinking of? The running back, rookie last year. I'm blanking on his name. He's on my fantasy team. Gadsden's the tight end, I believe. Amarian Hampton.
Right.
He got injured as well. That dude's a bowling ball.
Yeah.
If he could stay healthy for a full season, he is an underrated running back in my opinion.
And the Chargers defense is pretty good. So I imagine that this is the Chargers might sneak up on some people this season for no reason. Number 7 is Dak Prescott. Could you win the whole thing with him? Yes. But would he be the reason? That was an ex-Cowboys assistant.
All right. Dak Prescott was on another football team that was a playoff contender. They would probably go to a championship game. I think he is that good of a quarterback. Jerry Jones is his owner.
He's had to make up for some rough defenses in years past.
And at times they've had a serious lack of running game.
Yes. Drake May. There's a tie for number 8, Drake May. And then Jared Goff were the 2 8 guys. Drake May's coming off a sensational season.
I think Jared Goff's been trending down.
So when he's rolling, he's a 1. He could change the game. That's from an offensive coach. There's another guy that's incredibly efficient. You get him in the right system like he's been in, his full complement of weapons. Jared Goff's a stud.
Mm-hmm.
So no number 9 because there's a tie. 10, Jordan Love. And this is an interesting comment from the offensive coach. He's always getting away with it, so at some point I just have to tip my cap. I don't know if that's a compliment as much as it's a crap sandwich.
I think it's a crap sandwich. It was kind of said like a wink.
Yeah. Would you put Jordan Love at number 10? I don't know if I'd put him at number 10.
Who else would you put there?
I think Caleb Williams. Maybe even Brock Purdy, who's 11. I love what they said about Purdy, who's 11. Stronger than you think, faster than you think, better than you think.
Boy.
Does that not fit Brock Purdy?
This guy's never going to shake it, is he?
No.
He's never going to shake the Mr. Irrelevant.
No.
He's just not. No matter how consistent he's been, and I would love to see his numbers versus the quarterback class that came in with him and see where he ranks. Yet he'll never get like, man, he's good.
Right.
He's better than you think.
Yeah.
Really?
If you switch Sam Darnold with Brock Purdy.
If he hadn't gotten hurt going into the Super Bowl,
right?
Who knows what could have happened?
Yeah. If you switch Purdy and Sam Darnold, Seahawks still win the Super Bowl last year?
I think so, yeah.
I would think so, too.
I think so.
Doesn't that speak to Brock Purdy's talent? I mean, of course, is how good Seattle is, but I don't think they fall. I don't think they. I think they still win.
A lot of football games.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. So
I just don't get how. I get you don't have to look at him and anoint him a Hall of Famer and like he's elite. I get that because he doesn't possess that flashiness to him, but Come on.
Yeah.
Give him a little bit of props here.
Caleb Williams is 11. I think he's in the top 10 next year. I think he's firmly in the top 10 next year.
Now, is that based on him or Ben Johnson?
I would say yes on that.
Okay. Because
I would answer yes.
Well, going back to Jared Goff, last year he suffered his worst QBR since his first year in Detroit. His completion percentage went down by 4 points. So there's that tie to Ben Johnson and what he's able to do with his quarterback. So.
Yeah, it was a new offensive coordinator. And then that offense coordinator was replaced by Dan Campbell. But Drew Petzik, I think, could come in and that Arizona offense wasn't necessarily the issue last year. He had no running game, too. He's going to have a running game this year. I think Drew Petzik could be okay.
I'm curious, where's Jalen Hurts in this discussion?
So Jaden Daniels is 13.
That's a great question.
Baker is tied with Sam Darnold for 14. Trevor Lawrence is 16. Jalen Hurts is 17th. He's still in tier 2, but they got him ranked number 17.
Where's Carey Davis when you need him?
The defensive coach says his best plays are off schedule. It will become less sustainable as he gets older.
So he's calling him a schoolyard quarterback.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily disagree with that. How much do you put like winning attitude, winning performance above some of the other things? Because one year he looks like an MVP candidate. The next year he looks like a guy that you're super mad at, and you wonder how long will he be in this offense for?
I mean, I think you got to fall back to the fact that if the Eagles won that Super Bowl against the Chiefs, he probably is Super Bowl MVP. And then he did win the Super Bowl MVP the year that they did beat the Chiefs.
I was more impressed with
a two-time Super Bowl winner.
Yeah.
With if the Eagles get the ball last instead of the Chiefs in that one Super Bowl, you could be looking at a two-time Super Bowl winner and a two-time Super Bowl MVP. I think that Jalen Hurts is almost like the biggest enigma in the entire league. Nobody really quite knows what to make of him, and it's almost ridiculous given the production.
He kind of falls into the same category for me as Brock Purdy. He's done, but he's got way more accolades than Brock Purdy does. Yet people still are like, well, I don't know.
Right.
But he's a product of his environment. He's a product.
I know you're a big Baker guy, okay? How can you put Baker Mayfield over Jalen Hurts?
How can you put Brock Purdy over Jalen Hurts? Let's just be honest. How can you put Trevor Lawrence ahead of Jalen Hurts? How can you put any of those guys?
How about Jaden Daniels over Jalen Hurts? How about Drake May?
How can you put these guys? You can't.
I will say, and we'll never know, but do the Eagles go to the Super Bowl in Arizona, lose to the Chiefs? Do they even make that Super Bowl if Brock Purdy doesn't get injured in the NFC Championship game? Because
I don't know.
That team was rolling.
Yeah. Tough place to play. It's tough to win in Philly.
Absolutely.
NFC Championship game. Your team and my team know all too well, unfortunately.
Yes. At least they got there.
They did. So I don't know. I don't know if it's fair. I get emotional.
It brings up old feelings.
It certainly does.
But like we could be talking about, imagine if the 49ers go on to that Super Bowl. They went to another Super Bowl. They didn't win. Obviously you had Garoppolo's 49ers go to this, but we're not talking about Jimmy Garoppolo. We're talking about Brock Purdy. We could be having that conversation about Brock Purdy instead of Jalen Hurts.
Yeah. I think Hurts is kind of undersold around the league.
Well, I don't know
why.
I think it's disrespectful.
Yeah.
For what he's been able to accomplish.
I agree.
Some of those other guys haven't even scratched the success of Jalen Hurts.
But if you look at it, what you said before, these are coming from people within the league.
Yeah.
This is how they view him. So maybe they don't care.
So here's one of the quotes from the defensive coach. You don't want to count on Hurts to win a game unless it's a go ball, which is a 50-50 ball, except he's had A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith who can go catch it, a defensive coach said. Ooh. His best plays are off schedule. It will become less sustainable as he gets older, and you can't keep cycling through coordinators.
But is that his fault?
True.
But is that his fault?
That's not his fault, no.
So, why would we even say that? How about the team can't do that to him every year? Not this player can't keep cycling through coordinators.
Right. And I'm not saying Jalen Hurts doesn't have some flaws to him. I mean, what the last game of the year last year,
it wasn't pretty.
It wasn't pretty, and it's been documented that he was the one that kind of made sure that play was called, and it was 4 verticals with no motion, no nothing. It was just four verticals right up the field, and he threw to the only guy that was triple covered. So I don't think I don't think these people are making it up, but at the same point, 17th. I mean, he's got to be in the top 12 at the very least, in my opinion.
Anthony, I'm curious, who is the worst quarterback on this list?
Oh, worst.
These are 35 veteran quarterbacks. Hey, he wasn't last.
Shedeur Sanders is the last.
Okay.
35th.
All right.
So obviously they have some backups and guys that might win the starting job. If Shedeur is really invested in himself, there might be some upside, the offense coach said. J.J. McCarthy was 34th.
Okay.
So can I ask you a question, Anthony?
Sure.
2 years ago, Shedeur Sanders going into the college season was a prospective Heisman Trophy candidate. How did we get here? Like, he dropped. He was a first-round pick. People thought at one point people thought he might even go first overall. Mm-hmm. Then he went in the 5th round, and now he's 35th. Like, what happened?
Depends on what you believe in.
But was the ruse so bad that people were so fooled?
We've been fooled before.
Yeah, but this is like Marshy. This guy was being touted as a franchise quarterback, and then, boom, the floor fell out from under him.
So I think that's more about how we evaluate college quarterbacks and less about Shedeur. I think the college, there are so many people, because you're right, Jamie, there was a lot of hype around him.
Yeah.
Just like there was a lot of hype around certain guys like Cade Klubnik, for example, from Clemson. And, name your quarterback that was overhyped coming into this season. I think Shedeur Sanders has got the arm strength. I think he's got, he's got decent size to him. There's less mobility there than I think people think, but it's just his ability now to, just like any other quarterback, read a defense, get the ball out on time and all that. And so far he hasn't been able to show it. But then again, he's played 8 games?
Yeah, he's barely played.
Yeah. So can't beat out Deshaun Watson, though. That's probably an issue.
Anthony, which
version?
This one. not the Houston version.
Because that one was pretty good.
Yeah, he was damn good.
Anthony, where's my pal Kyler Murray at?
I think he was 20th, but 23rd. 23rd.
Marshy.
The offense coach says he will have better players around him than he ever had in Arizona. So he's tier 3.
Yeah. What
number 23?
What does that translate to? Does that make him?
I think
better?
he's gonna have a good year.
I
think he's gonna have a good season.
Who, Kyler?
I really do. Yeah.
I'm
a big believer in Kevin O'Connell.
I like the marriage. I wonder if Kyler Murray is able to process football the way Kevin O'Connell is going to need him.
His offense is so meticulous. It's like doing trigonometry. And I think this was last season. If you remember, there was a quote from Kirk Cousins talking about how difficult it was to grab that offense and sort of go with it when him and KOC were together. And that was Kirk Cousins having just a full off season of getting those reps with the number ones. They're in a quarterback competition right now. He's not getting all of the reps. He is splitting reps right now with J.J. McCarthy. And from, I'm pretty plugged into how this is all going. Kyler Murray, it's not shocking by any means. He's playing better than J.J. McCarthy, but I don't know that he is necessarily standing out so far. And I wonder if that's because he's not getting all of those first-team reps.
What if he just can't retain the information properly? That's always kind of been the knock on him. Is one, he wasn't committed to knowing the playbook and knowing all the stuff and watching the video. I don't know if that's still true or not. It was true at one point. Don't know if it still is. But now he's going on to a team, to Marshy's point, very meticulous offense, very detailed. Will he be able to process that? Or is he just a really amazing athlete who, not fooled is the wrong word, who was able to overcome maybe not being as detailed, because when things would fall apart, he would just improvise, and he's so good athletically that it worked out.
Yeah, we'll find out, because he's going to have the coaching.
Yeah.
He's going to have the players around him. He's going to have a much better defense, which we all overlook. I've been making this point for years now. We always overlook how good the defense is for some of these quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Some of these quarterbacks have crap defenses, forced into making plays constantly. And then we look at, well, he had good wide receivers. Okay. But was he constantly put in a bad spot? It was his defense. So I think it's going to be interesting. By the way, you brought up Kirk Cousins.
Yeah.
Tempers apparently flared during Raiders' 8th training camp practice on Friday. Defensive end Max Crosby hit quarterback Kirk Cousins twice during the team period. And when Crosby hit Cousins' arm a second time, the 15-year veteran had had enough. Cousins got into Crosby's face, grabbing the All-Pros jersey, while both exchanged words before it was broken up.
I like it.
Good for Kirk.
I like it.
He shouldn't be hitting them.
Clint Kubiak said, those are two leaders on our team going at it. Obviously, fighting in a game, or you throw a punch in a game, you're out of the game, so we got to be smart. You want him to defend your team, Mayer said of Cousins. That was Michael Mayer, the tight end. He's always had that edge since the first day I met him when he came in here.
Max Crosby got into Kirk Cousins' face and said, "You like that?" Oh, no, that's not on here.
No. Yeah.
Gotcha. I just made that up. I did.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
You can imagine, though.
I don't hate it.
Cousins.
If you're a young guy or a bubble type player, and you're seeing what's supposed to be your quarterback, your offensive leader, because no matter how good Mendoza is, he's not that leader yet. And you're seeing your other leader, the Warrior Max, going head to head, offense versus defense. If I'm on the offensive side, like, screw that Crosby guy.
Right.
If I'm on the defense, forget that old guy.
Right.
You know, like you're creating, and in football it works.
Yeah.
It works because the offense is independent of the defense and vice versa. In hockey, if you get a fight, like too many of those things, it works against you because you have to work in unison.
Right.
But in football, it plays because you're two separate entities.
Especially in training camp.
Yeah.
Trying to build the culture. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. I'm sure Max Crosby will be traded again because Kirk Cousins, he don't put up with that stuff. Neither does his agent. And we know his agent does good work.
He'll have Max Crosby's paid deducted and given to Kirk.
And give it to Kirk Cousins. Right, you're absolutely right. Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN.
You like that? You like that?
Start your day with a morning after on 101 ESPN. Get in the know first on everything St. Louis sports with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, and Martin Kilcoy. Listen to TMA weekday mornings from 7 to 11 a.m. on 101 ESPN. The morning after is presented by Brown and WXOS, WXOS HD1E St. Louis, 101 ESPN is driven by Auto Centers Nissan, home of the 30-day new Nissan Return Promise. The Fast Lane is broadcasting live from the ENB Granite Studios at the Centene Community Ice Center, presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN. 4 warriors, 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the Gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
4:06, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. So yesterday we had a battle between Dylan and Andrew Marsh in the Gauntlet, in which Marsh won a random gauntlet. However, after some pushback on the text line regarding one of the questions, we felt it was fair that Dylan returns and we redo it. We replay it. So Dylan is back on the line. What's up, Dylan?
Hey, what's up?
Appreciate you being available and agreeing to do this. So, Dylan, you're back for round 1, again against Marsh. It will be random, so we don't even need to spin the wheel. It'll be 4 different questions, and you're going to get your crack at Marsh again.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, of course. We're nothing but fair here.
Yeah. No wheel needed, I guess.
No wheel
just
needed.
need you to
I'll head
get the
out.
heck
Marsh, get out of here.
Good luck, Dylan.
You too.
Oh, see, I got him again.
Got him again.
Man, Dylan, why do you fall for that?
Got him again. Yeah, well, he's
That's when
a good
you
guy.
say, hey, Marsh, go fast lane yourself.
Yeah, just one time.
You know?
All right. So, Dylan, as you know, but also the audience again, each of these random questions are worth 2 points unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, then the questions become worth 1 point. Are you ready, Dylan?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. And I got a hint here, too, so
Wait,
bear
what?
with me. Name the letter from the alphabet that is not used in any U.S. state name. Here's your hint. It is the least used letter in the entire alphabet, according to an Oxford English Dictionary analysis.
Q. Final answer.
All right, Dylan, question 2. In 1948, this fast food restaurant pioneered the use of a two-way speaker intercom system for ordering and invented the drive-thru. Name this restaurant.
Ooh. Let's take a swing at the options.
All right. Was it Lion's Choice, In-N-Out Burger, or Dairy Queen?
In-N-Out feels right, so let's go In-N-Out. Final answer.
Well said.
Question number 3, Dylan. Welcoming over 100 million international tourist arrivals annually, what country is the most visited in the world?
There's a lot of options, so let's go options again.
The United States, Japan, or France?
Let's take a swing at good old USA. Final answer.
All right, buddy, last question. Here we go. Name the famous movie that shows 2 twin girls in the hallway of a hotel called The Overlook.
The Shining. Final answer.
All right. You seem pretty confident today, Dylan.
Always confident. Just dumb luck.
All right. Well, Marshy's making his way back in here from the concourse of silence here at the Centene Community Ice Center. Marshy's kind of waltzing his way in.
Seems
I did it yesterday.
I don't know if he seems less confident. He kind of seemed aggravated walking in today.
No, not at all. Well, you know what? This is why I was aggravated. I was looking at the TV, and it has all these slides, right? It's like, hey, learn to play, all that stuff. I saw one for the Clear It Camp, but it was sponsored by Synergy Hockey Skills.
What the?
Exactly.
Okay. They weren't supposed to play that here yet. I told them to start that next week.
That's unbelievable.
What? It's actually a soccer camp. Clear It.
It works on both fronts.
It's better for soccer.
It's better for both.
Yeah, it was more the merrier.
You ready, Marsh?
I'm ready.
Back at lunch.
Question 1. Name the letter from the alphabet that is not used in any U.S. state name. Here's your hint. It is the least used letter in the entire alphabet, according to an Oxford English Dictionary analysis.
Oh, jeez. Okay, it's not in any state, you say?
That's correct.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy. The least used letter? X comes to mind. I'm trying to think of a state that has X in it. Y, there's Wyoming. Z, Arizona. U is a vowel, so that's probably in one. Yeah, Missouri.
Or Utah.
X. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to go through all the states. There's 50 of them. So I think I'm going to go with X. Final answer.
Question 2. In 1948, this fast food restaurant pioneered the use of a two-way speaker intercom system for ordering and, in turn, invented the drive-thru. Name this restaurant.
The drive-thru. Ooh. Okay. Pioneer. McDonald's comes to mind. I've seen the movie The Founder, Michael Keaton, aka Batman. I don't know if they used drive-thrus back then. I'm thinking of like the where they roll up to you, like Sonic style. I don't know if that would be considered a drive-thru. Why don't we use the options?
All right. Was it Lion's Choice, In-N-Out Burger, or Dairy Queen?
Let's go with Dairy Queen. Final answer.
All right, Marsh, question number 3. Welcoming over 100 million international tourist arrivals annually, what country is the most visited in the world?
The most visited country? Okay. Can you repeat the question?
Welcoming over 100 million international tourist arrivals annually, what country is the most visited in the world?
Well, the United States comes to mind. France, Italy, maybe Japan. Let's go with the U.S. Why not? Final answer.
Final question. Name the famous movie that shows two twin girls in the hallway of a hotel called The Outlook.
Let's go with The Shining. Final answer.
Okay.
All right. Marsh versus Dylan in a repeat. Did Marsh fall this time?
Oh, Anthony, don't do that to me.
Or does Dylan lose twice to Marshy?
Well, he didn't lose technically.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. All right. Let's start with that last question. Name the famous movie that shows two twin girls in the hallway of a hotel called The Overlook. Without the options, we just heard Marsh say The Shining. Dylan also said The Shining. Correct answer is
The Shining.
Dylan didn't use the options either, so we got a 2-2 tie. Welcoming over 100 million international tourist arrivals annually, what country is the most visited in the world? Without the options, Marsh said the United States. With the options, Dylan said the United States. Correct answer is
Viva la France.
Yeah, France.
Yeah.
Right,
Our guy Riz was just over there. Just got back last night.
Did he?
The Rizzutos were over in Paris, France.
Oh, nice.
What were the options?
The United States, Japan, and France.
Okay, so I
Three of
all of them. Yeah,
Circled the drain there, yeah. All right, so we're still tied up 2-2. In 1948, This fast food restaurant pioneered the use of a two-way speaker intercom system for ordering and invented the drive-thru. Name this restaurant. You guys both took the options, but you both have different answers. Marsh went with Dairy Queen. Dylan went with In-N-Out Burger. Correct answer is...
Who doesn't like it animal style? In-N-Out Burger.
Wow.
So Dylan has taken a 1-point lead. It comes down to this. Neither of you used your options on this one. Both of you went with letters that were options. One of you is correct. Name the letter from the alphabet that is not used in any U.S. state name.
In any.
Here's your hint. It is the least used letter in the entire alphabet, according to an Oxford English Dictionary analysis. Dylan, who again has a 1-point lead, went with Q.
Oh.
Marsh, who is down 1 without the options, went with X. So if it's X, Marsh wins. If it's Q, Dylan wins. Any comment, Mark?
Any comment?
I'm just trying to. No.
Dylan.
You have chosen wisely.
Correct answer was Q. Now, Marsh.
You ever heard of Texas?
Here in the heart of Texas. That's tough, man. You're on the spot. Dylan, congratulations. You did not waste your opportunity to knock off Marsh. You were given a second chance. You came back. You took care of Marsh. Yesterday, we thought that you're a good guy. Today, we know you're not. So congrats, man.
Yeah. Suck it, Marsh.
Typically, if you give second chances to people, you hope that they, become a good person.
Yeah.
This is the complete opposite.
Nope. Yeah. Yep. Congratulations, Dylan. You will take on either Jamie, me, or Carey Davis on Monday in round 2. Nice job.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Enjoy the week.
Good job, Dylan.
Have a good weekend, buddy.
See ya. That's a tough one, Marsh. You're trying to cycle through all of the states.
I had the options in front of me, and I was cycling through. And for the life of me, I couldn't think of Arizona.
I couldn't either.
So for the Z, I'm like, there's no Z?
I did the same thing. When I saw the X, I'm like, okay, Texas.
Texas.
And then Z, I couldn't think of it either. And then Marsh said Arizona.
I'm like, oh, yeah.
So in fairness
Q, yeah. No, that's
Q, though.
great.
Q.
You know why I didn't think of Q? Because it makes sense. Whoever uses it.
No.
I question that, Marsh.
Oh, well, you just used it there.
You did that on purpose.
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Jamie's like, it's Friday. I'm not even going to fight this.
I'm not fighting.
All right. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. By the way, breaking news, Hunter Green to undergo season-ending surgery for the Reds. Not great.
There goes their season.
Yeah, they've been playing pretty good baseball lately.
Yeah, so that's a tough blow for a NL Central rival.
It's good for the Cardinals.
Sure.
They're a half game above the Reds. In that wild
you're
card
darn
push.
right. Yeah.
Only some of that happened to the Cubs and Brewers now.
Yeah.
Got a chance.
And the Dodgers.
Well, not talk about that.
No, I do.
Or the Diamondbacks. Or let's shoot small.
Sure.
Let's go for that third wild card.
Yeah.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. All right. Has a shift occurred in Major League Baseball? No, I'm not talking about the defensive shift.
They outlawed that.
Yeah, that's next on 101 ESPN.
The Redbird Report. Your front row seat to all things Cardinals. From the dugout to the diamond, BK and T-Bone go deep with the latest news, notes, and analysis. Watch the Redbird Report on YouTube or listen online at 101ESPN.com.
When shopping for a new auto insurance policy, AAA could help you customize your coverage to fit your unique needs and budget. Trust AAA Auto Insurance to help you find the balance that works for you. See how a simple switch could make a big difference. AAA, we're always with you. Visit AAA.com/insurance. Insurance provided to qualified AAA members by Auto Club County Mutual Insurance Company. Membership requires a separate payment.
A collision with a semi-truck changes everything. The injuries, the trauma, the questions. They don't wait, and neither should you. At Kaufman.
Broadcasting live from the Centene Community Ice Center inside the ENB Granite Studios. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN. Presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN.
Marsh,
That's what you were saying?
Yeah, you were saying?
No, I knew that the mics were on. So that's why I said that.
All right. Andrew Marsh, still a little salty, little bit, not much, a little salty over the
He attacked
loss.
Anthony verbally.
He did.
In the break.
Yeah. That's okay. That's all right. I rage recognizes rage, you know, Jamie?
What, do you want to fight me or something?
We've already had some of that today. We're good.
Yeah, we're all good here. We're on a Friday. We made it through the week.
What, are you going to beat me up? What? What?
Is that what you want? Jamie Rivers, Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter, Carey will be back with us on Monday. As we get past, so the trade deadline obviously on Monday. Are teams no longer asking themselves if they can make the playoffs in Major League Baseball, but whether they can win the World Series? And if so, has that changed the way that front offices operate around the trade deadline? So in other words, your team.
Yeah.
If you're you're in a wild card, because the reason why I thought of this is this. I'm reading through all the thing pieces and the grades and stuff like that, the winners and losers columns for Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing stuck out to me that a lot of these authors have noted. You're the Tigers. Why are you giving up Skubal? You're right there. You're the, Nationals. You're right there, yet you're giving up your top pitcher. You're giving up Luis Garcia. You're right there. Why not go for it? I thought to myself, I don't think teams are looking at the trade deadline and saying, hey, we can make the playoffs. Let's add. Let's go for it. We can make the playoffs. I think teams are looking at it as, can we win the World Series? And if we can't win the World Series, or at least make a hell of a run at it, then why am I going to give up a bunch of prospects that in 3 or 4 years could be controllable assets for me? So do you think a shift has occurred in Major League Baseball in that regard? Because I do.
Yeah, I do. And again, this is what
it's the Dodgers.
It's not just the Dodgers.
I feel you on this.
There's 4 or 5 teams that it makes it feel like unless you're stacked, like it's impossible.
Right.
Like the odds are against you. And people will, look, the Blue Jays were 6 inches from winning the World Series. Okay, I get it. But the Blue Jays payroll was also top 5, I believe, last year.
Right.
Or right there.
This was not a team crying poor.
It's not the Cinderella story here.
Right.
It's not the Diamondbacks from a few years ago where everybody fell in love with that story.
Right.
So I think that's where we're at. And I don't know who to blame for that. The owners, the players, the league. I don't know, but just look at Vegas. Every year they tell you Vegas odds on these teams are the same customers per se are there.
Yeah.
Dodgers at 1, you get the Phillies, you get the Braves, you get the Yankees.
Yeah, some combination of
get
the top
some
5
combination of this.
Right.
And so if you're the Tigers, like your point, if we're continuing to use them as the example, yeah, you look up and you go, yeah, there's no way.
Right.
I'd rather be the best in our division or good in our division for the next 6, 7, 8 years, and we're good. And if we just happen to limp in 1 year, somebody loses over there, we'll take it.
How do you explain
we have
that
a puncher's chance?
That's right.
How do you explain that to fans? Because we've had conversations about this team in particular, the Cardinals, where we throw out the question, is this team a World Series contender? The answer is no. So why ride the roller coaster all year?
Well, I think in some respect, it's a good question, but I think it is a separate question.
Did you not see that 2006 team, the 2011 team? Yeah, just get in. Just get in.
You never know.
That's why we ride the roller coaster.
Yeah. I think we ride the roller coaster because we are fans.
Mm-hmm.
And we know that at some point, there will be no Cardinals games the rest of the season, after this season, and maybe even for a year plus.
Oh, man.
I actually think there's going to be baseball next year, but I feel like you almost have to say that now. But I think you're a fan. You want to watch your team. You want to root for your team. You want to believe in hope. You want to believe in, hey, if enough things break right, this team that I didn't see playing well, things could come together, and who knows? So I think that's why. But I do think it's a separate conversation than whether or not you should watch because your front office thinks that they're not going to make the World Series.
There's a situation that when you asked this question, it reminded me of what the Cubs did in 2024. They were in last place at the trade deadline. They were 11 games back of the Brewers, 7 games back of that final wild card spot, and they traded for Paredes. If you remember that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, why on earth are they trading for this guy? Well, what did they do with him? They flipped him for Kyle Tucker. Now, they weren't able to keep Kyle Tucker, but he was a good ball player for them last year as they made a push, to the playoffs, and, they lost to Milwaukee, but they were close to going to the NLCS.
Sure.
That would have been just a smart move on their part to bring him in and hopefully go far in the playoffs. Again, he goes to the Dodgers, but that was a team who wasn't a contender in 2024, but they made their roster better, even though not being in a situation for that particular season.
Right.
They were looking ahead.
Yeah, and I think that's what smart organizations do throughout sports. I think they try to, while simultaneously building a team, acquire assets. And really, that's what the whole trade deadline was this year, especially for the Cardinals. We have assets. What can we get for those assets? We have expiring contracts, or in the case of Newt, he's only got 1 more year after this. So why not flip him now, and we can get controllable assets? You're buying time, essentially, with these moves. And I think if you look around Major League Baseball, there's a lot of teams that did the same thing. The Nationals did it. When they sold. The Giants, it doesn't make any sense to hang on to Luis Ariz or Heliot Ramos if he's not going to be a part of your future. Like, we need young, controllable assets moving forward. So I think if you feel like you can't really contend, you might as well buy some time by getting prospects.
Do you feel that this question only pertains to the National League because of the Dodgers and not so much the American League? Where
I do. It's a great question.
The American League, you look at what Toronto did last year. If you're the Yankees or you're the Red Sox, you're making moves because you think that you can put yourself in that spot 6 inches away from being a World Series winner.
I think that's a great question, and I think Boston is the perfect example. Boston said, we're not in the National League with the Dodgers. We'd only have to worry about them if we both made it to the World Series. We've got a hot team right now and a division where the biggest issue is not an issue anymore, and that's being the Toronto Blue Jays. So we might as well push our chips in and really make an aggressive move. It also the trade deadline also complements what they did in the offseason. They were aggressive in the offseason. They acquired Sonny Gray. They acquired Wilson Contreras. They made other moves. So why not bring in an Adley Rutschman who's also got some 10 years left on his deal? So I think what the Red Sox did was really smart, recognizing that they play in a league where it's not going to be as daunting to try to get through because you don't have to deal with the Dodgers. I think the Dodgers also were smart to acquire Skubal because it blocked the Brewers from getting them.
That's true.
Because if you're the Brewers and you acquire Skubal and you pair him with Jacob Mizorowski, you're the Dodgers like, oh, crap. Like, we've got the firepower.
Yeah.
But in a 7-game series, if we see these two, two times or 3 times individually, who knows? So why don't we go ahead and get Skubal? It's only going to cost us prospects. We'll fill those spots in free agency, don't you worry. Which goes back to Jamie's point, which, maybe we'll get into a little bit later on. All right, Sports Six Pack is coming up next. Send those questions into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. We'll take your questions and answer them next in the Sports Six Pack Part 1.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley, St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
Auto Centers Nissan out in Herculaneum, they got your next new ride. All you got to do is head down there. Why don't you start online tonight at autocentersnissan.com, because when you peruse their vehicles, and they've got over 1,000 new and pre-owned vehicles at Auto Centers Nissan, you can actually check to see which rides you like, see what the price points are. And then when you head down to the dealership in Herculaneum, rest assured that you're going to see those exact same vehicles that you researched online right there at the dealership. And right now, if you are looking for new vehicles, they got select new Nissans that are available with 0% APR for up to 60 months. Plus, every new Nissan comes with their 30-day return promise. Select new and used vehicles also qualify for no money down and no payments for up to 6 months. And like I said before, if you go online first to autocentersnissan.com, they have additional savings that are available exclusively online. Just pick your vehicle, open the vehicle page, and then look for the green Claim My Buyer's Bonus button to unlock up to an additional $1,000 off the sales price. You're going to find your next new ride, whether it's a car, truck, SUV, and you're going to do so without having to spend your entire Saturday and Sunday driving around to dealership just to get frustrated. So go out to Herculaneum, right off I-55. You'll find Auto Centers Nissan. Tell them the Stalter sent you.
You can now watch 101 ESPN live on our Air Alliance Team Studio Cams. Catch every show live on our YouTube channel or at 101ESPN.com. 101 ESPN Studio Cams.
Presented by the Air Alliance Team Heating and Cooling. Getting the job done quickly, correctly, 100% of the time.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
Walker back in Redbird's lineup. Good afternoon. I'm Bradford Bruns with a Sports Center update delivered by Saliga Heating and Cooling. Cardinals right fielder Jordan Walker will rejoin the starting nine for tonight's series opener against Colorado. First pitch happening at 7:15 downtown. Number 18 missed 2 games due to right knee inflammation. His last home run was back on July 9th. College Pigskin Mizzou wraps up its 4th practice of fall camp. Head coach Eli Drinkwitz emphasizing good habits right now.
It's not about the goals that you set. It's about the daily habits that you repeat that will help you achieve success. Our team really needs to focus on those daily habits. We have a lot of questions that need to be answered. We have a lot of roles that need to be taken on our football team.
This Sports Center update was supplied by Saliga Heating and Cooling, a Daikin heating and air conditioning dealer.
This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We're broadcasting live from the E&B Granite Studios at the Centene Community Ice Center. Presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN.
I have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for the Sports Six Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN with Jamie Rivers and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. If you have a question for us, you can send it into the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. Question 1, please.
Question number 1.
All right, let's go to Lou, a.k.a. Martin's Boat Shoes, and I'm going to read this text how it was intended to be sent, not by the talk to text, because it is pretty funny reading this. But Lou has a question, and that question is, let's say, hypothetically, you get to pick one pick of someone in the Cardinals minor league system, and they are guaranteed to become the next superstar. I'm talking Pujols or prime Adam Wainwright. If you had that one pick, who would you use it on in the minor league system? For Lou, it's Liam Doyle. He thinks that the Cardinals are overdue, far overdue, for a dominant pitcher, somebody that is potentially a Cy Young candidate year in and year out. Thank you. Have a good rest of your afternoon.
Well, Lou, I think everybody, any regular listener and these guys, they'll know where I'm going with this. I, too, am going with Liam Doyle. If he could be a superstar, that means that you have an ace for the foreseeable future. And you have not had a prototypical number 1 dominant starter in quite a while now. So give me Liam Doyle. I think that's a layup.
Yeah, I'm going the same path simply because, not that you have an Albert Pujols. Nobody has that. There's only one of those guys ever made. But you have a Jordan Walker. You have a Baez. Don't know what that looks like a year or two from now. Maybe it's more consistent. If so, now you've got a couple of guys with some pop in your lineup. And then who knows what else develops within your system between now and then. What you haven't had is any resemblance of a number 1 or ace type pitcher in forever. So I would give me that pitching.
You've had good pitching.
You've had really good pitching.
Remember when Chris Carpenter was like your game 1 starter? Somebody that's like, that is going to be, that can go toe to toe with a modern day Roy Halladay. And you know, like, okay, we got a shot because this dude's on the mound today. I just haven't felt that way in a while. Wainwright, obviously. Wainwright, you felt very good. But it's been a minute. And it's been a minute since Adam Wainwright was the prototypical ace. So, yeah, for me, again, it's Liam Doyle. What about you, Marsh?
I kind of agree with the 314. Brandon Clark, greater than Liam Doyle. Brandon Clark is nasty.
Okay.
I'll pick him.
So give me that guy.
Yeah, either way. I guess,
don't care. Give
it's
me
just,
pictures.
it's just a name.
It's just a
really.
name, yeah.
It really doesn't matter who it is.
They're just the vessel. Like,
Yeah.
you know?
Put Quinn Matthews.
Right.
I don't care.
Yeah, right.
Let's do it. Like, I just want a dominant pitcher.
Yes, I'm with you on that. Question 2, please.
Question number 2.
We've had a lot of great questions, some difficult to answer. I will put this in that category, difficult to answer, at least for myself.
Okay.
From the 314, you can only see 5 championships for your favorite teams for the rest of your life. How are you splitting those championships up?
5 Stanley Cups for the Blues.
5 Super Bowls for the Falcons.
No, it's not the game?
No, that's the game.
Go ahead, Marsh.
Okay,
Like I
next
said,
question,
I think
Brad.
very
this
difficult
is-
for me.
For you, it's a little different, I think.
Okay. I'm going to go with 3 Stanley Cups
For who?
for the Blues.
Just making sure.
Come on now. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? We'll go 3 Stanley Cups for the Blues. We'll go 1 World Series. Hopefully later in my life where I can enjoy that with my kids. And one of those Stanley Cups, same thing with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Give me 1 Vikings Super Bowl.
Okay.
I don't hate it.
I just need 1.
I respect
Give
it.
me 1.
See, like for me, like my team has won so many Super Bowls. It's kind of like, you know?
And you have 3 teams.
Yeah, that's true. But my main team, you know, so many Super Bowls. I'm like, yeah. Let somebody else have some.
Thank you.
What about this, Anthony?
Yes.
4 Super Bowls for the
Oh.
Falcons.
And a Mac.
And a dream season for Central Michigan.
I'll take it.
They wind up being the one team.
They wind up being like the James Madison.
Yes. And they
1
go
year.
on unbelievable
No.
run and
Yes.
win
No.
the national championship.
Sign me up.
I'm not talking about a MAC championship.
You're talking
I'm
about the national champion, a
championship.
natty? Yeah.
I wouldn't waste one of those championships on a MAC championship.
No.
offense.
I didn't know.
I mean,
Championship.
they're letting,
I didn't know
they're letting
how
fans call
realistic.
plays in the MAC.
It was
Like,
Akron. Okay. Barely in the Mac.
Macron, is that what you call it?
Akron. Yeah. Yeah, that would Marsh sign me up for sure. Hell, I wasn't gonna take a playoff. Like I didn't think national
championship. That's an easy one.
Right.
We have another question that feeds off of this one, so why don't we go to question number 3?
Question number 3.
Playing off of this question from a different listener from the 314, do you want the championships in a row or do you want them spread out? So, like for the
Spread out.
Blues, would you want a
Give me-
dynasty?
Give me like 1 every other year. So 10 years, 5 Stanley Cups.
That would be the most dominant NHL team ever.
Okay.
Well, the Islanders went 4 in a row in the 80s.
That's fair, but if
pretty
you went
good.
5 in 10 years, that's insane.
The Oilers won 5 in like 8 years.
I would want it spread out a little bit.
Okay.
10 years is spread out. No.
But then you're done.
So, you know how old I'm going to be?
You'd only be 60.
Yeah.
You got a lot of good
I
times
mean, I don't
ahead of
remember
you.
anything by then.
Oh, come on.
You saw. Look at you saw on the letter.
Oh. Marsh, same question to you, then we'll wrap it up here.
I think I would want the Blues and the Vikings to win in the same decade.
Okay.
Let's go with 2 Blues Stanley Cups in the same decade, along with the Vikings one. And then, like I said earlier, I'd probably want the Cardinals one to be where like my kid or kids could enjoy it as well.
Uh-huh.
And that would probably be after 2039. So it just happens to coincide with that Spectrum deal that the Dodgers have coming to an end.
I see what you did there. Smart.
So I probably spread some of them out, but man, you only get 5? That's tough.
That's it, man.
Some people only get 1 in their lifetime.
Some get none.
That's true.
That's horrible. I feel so
Can you imagine being a fan base that has none? Ugh.
Whatever.
What?
What did we say?
Your White Sox won in 2005.
Yeah.
Marsh. You know what he meant.
The Falcons?
Yeah, of course the Falcons.
Well, he just said it. Why are you pointing at me? What he meant. He's laughing too.
You're both involved.
He's laughing too.
You're both culpable. All right, we'll continue with the Sports Six Pack. Keep those questions rolling into the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646.
Sunday night, Padres and Astros. Pregame at 6:30. First pitch at 7:20. The MLB plays on 101 ESPN. Centene Community Ice Center inside the ENB Granite Studios. You're tuned into the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN.
I have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
Refreshed by Urban Chestnut. Urban Chestnut's Swickle Light Premium Light Beer. Live your lifestyle, St. Louis.
Time for part 2 of the Sports Six Pack here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. 314-399-9646 of the Air Comfort Service text line. Bradford, hit us with question 4, please.
Question number 4.
All right, guys, I love when listeners hear a question from a different listener and then they have their own question. It sparks an idea in their brain. And there's a bit of a theme here with these championship questions. So from the 314, would you rather have a championship from a team who dominates all year or a team that's an underdog but goes on a crazy run to win?
I think it's more fun when it's the underdog. The expectations are lower. You have if your favorite team is expected to win, I don't know, it's kind of less fun. Like, it's still fun, don't get me wrong, but
it's actually more stressful.
It's more stressful. You're supposed to win.
Like, never mind the team,
yeah,
but the fan base too. You're watching this all year, going, just waiting for the floor to fall.
Right.
Well, I don't know. And then we're supposed to win. So then when you get into a 7-game series. Let's say it goes to 7th game in the first round. Like, what? We're supposed to kill these guys.
Yeah, it's like you can't enjoy it.
No. Yeah. Whereas if you're the underdog, you're like, hey, let's go, baby.
Right.
We're in game 7. Didn't expect to be here.
Well,
I'm with you on that.
You know what's funny about that? And you just brought up the team that's expected to win and you go 7 games. It reminds me of what the Blues did to the Jets. The Jets were the President's Trophy winning team that season, the best team in the NHL, and the Blues took them to the brink of elimination.
Yeah, 1.6 seconds, some would say.
Exactly. But what did the Blues do in that series? They exposed the Jets. That's what they did. They sort of set in motion how to beat the Jets for the next team that took them on. I can't remember. It might have been Dallas. It was Dallas.
Yeah, because most of the people, sports are so weird sometimes because the Jets were the first place team in the NHL, President's Trophy winning team. Yet people, after the Jets beat the Blues, before the next series of the Jets versus Dallas, a lot of hockey people said, well, the Blues would have been a better matchup for the Stars. Meaning like the Blues could have maybe beaten the Stars.
Yeah. It's weird how that works.
It's so silly.
But that's the team that was the underdog that caught fire, and they were playing their best hockey at that time. You know, they were missing Dylan Holloway. Who knows what that series looks like if he was playing?
No, I agree with that one. I agree.
Question 5, please.
Question number 5.
All right, we're sticking with the championship questions.
Oh, wow.
The Pickled Pepper wants to know, if you are guaranteed to live healthy until a particular franchise wins a championship, but you die the day after they win, which team are you hitching your future to?
City
Jets.
FC. Oh, locally or not?
No, just in general.
Oh,
in all sports.
my bad.
The New York Jets.
Jeez, Jamie.
Why?
You're sick.
What?
Your lack of belief is astonishing and repulsive.
Well, I just, the Blues won, the Cardinals have won. Like, they're trending upward, So the Jets, huh?
Yeah.
The Winnipeg Jets or those New York football Jets?
Or the Colorado Rockies? Jets or Rockies? I may go Rockies.
Who's literally putting no money into their team?
I'm going to go Colorado Rockies now that I think about it. Give me the Rockies.
Okay.
I got a long time.
Yeah. Like the Jets.
This is a good question, by the way.
The Jets might be a really good quarterback away.
Right.
They might be.
I don't want to mess with that. Give me the Rockies. Yeah. Final answer.
I'll go with the Rockies too.
Oh man. I'm looking at like NBA teams. Teams that just exist.
there's some really
for
crappy
other teams.
Trailblazers are perfect,
Hey,
especially
don't
with
you
their
knock our local team.
Bradford says
You know who
the
their owner is,
Pelicans.
right?
Oh, yeah. My guy.
Yes. And no, thank you.
Oh, deep pockets.
I was
deep pockets, short arms.
There's a reason why he's got deep pockets.
My initial thought
Paying for a
was
damn
the Charlotte Hornets. They were in the play-in game last year. They did lose LaMelo Ball. But then I'm thinking, okay, what about the Sacramento Kings? Even when they were good, they still could never get over the hump, and they have fallen down. And they won 22 games last year. When have the Sacramento Kings in your lifetime, you love 90s basketball, when have they ever been like a dominant force?
A dominant force? They've never been a dominant force, but they did have that run. Who was it, Rev? Was it Bibby? Was it Mike Bibby?
You had Mike Bibby. You had Vlade Divac with a few good years.
Yeah.
They actually took the Lakers to the brink a time or two, but still couldn't break through in the West Finals.
They were kind of fun, too, weren't they? Weren't they kind of a run-and-gun team, if I remember correctly, Bradford?
Yeah, up and down before you were gunning trays, the entire league left and right. But, yeah, it was a very entertaining, upbeat squad.
Columbus Blue Jackets could be another good one.
It's a good one. So I got to go with the.
And they still have Zach Werenski.
I got to go with the uncapped sport because Jamie's right. If the Jets get stumble into a quarterback one of these years, I might be screwed.
Yeah.
I mean, they almost went to the Super Bowl with the Sanchez.
Right, right. But the Rockies, they're not one, player. They're an owner away.
Yeah,
they did go to a World Series though.
That was in what, 08?
07.
07?
That's
They
20
did get
years.
swept.
It's been a while.
They went on a remarkable run to even get there. I think they wore their black uniforms the entire time.
Clint Hurdle. Very good manager.
The Rockies are, if we all had to come to an agreement, I think I could get on that one. Yeah. So once they win, we'll all die on the same day.
Okay.
And
it's going to be sad for our families, but it's going to be a while.
It's worse for you guys. I'm a lot older than you.
No, you don't get to die, Jamie.
You don't?
No, you don't die until this team wins the championship.
Yeah, that's fine. But I live a healthy life until then.
Yes.
But once they win, imagine 25, 30 years from now, I'm playing.
That's true.
If I'm still around anyways, I'm laughing.
Right. Yeah, you win.
Okay.
You win.
Yeah, but Marsh, you're only 30.
Yeah,
that's
true.
Let's see.
Marsh
here.
has got more on the line than any of us.
You
That's
told
true.
me the Vegas odds are working against.
100%.
Let's go through some of the teams on the text line. The Browns, the 618, the Browns.
Yeah, well, they're also a quarterback away. Maybe they've been drafting pretty good.
Let's see here. Grant Francis Fan Club brings up any Canadian NHL team is a good choice.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good one.
The Athletics.
Yeah, but once they get to Vegas, I wonder if they start trying. That would be my concern.
The Wizards.
Okay.
Anthony, this one is going to kill you.
Oh, no.
Because
no,
I don't know if the question really said anything about a professional sports team.
Oh, no.
You're going to go Central Michigan?
Bradford, question number 6.
Question number 6.
All right, we had a.
Are you avoiding me?
Well, no, you answered the question.
Oh, okay.
Or you already knew what the answer was. We had a listener.
You're going to live a long life.
Well, if that's the case, we could go with any college football team.
I promise I will never die. All right. John, one of our listeners, visited us here at Centene earlier today and said that he doesn't get to listen all too often, goes back and listens to the podcast. So that means he doesn't get to text in as much as he would want to. So he left us a few questions. Jamie.
I
think you know where this one's going.
Oh, boy. I hope not.
This is a question from John. It's not that question.
Okay.
NHL salary cap rising, is that going to price out the average fan from going to the games?
Man, I don't know. Is there, let me ask you this. Is there a direct correlation to salary cap going up and ticket prices rising?
The only thing I can think of is
at the same magnitude.
Yeah.
Because I don't see that happening. Now, are ticket prices going up on a yearly basis? Yes, but they are in every sport.
Yeah, I wonder if it's just a team-by-team basis. So if your franchise is more willing to spend money on high-end players because of the cap, and you have a good roster, and your team is good, well, the demand to watch that team will also go up. So that means the ticket prices more than likely will go up.
But I think it's also geographical too, right? Because the ticket prices for the New York Rangers games are different than the St. Louis Blues games. And the Rangers weren't any better than the Blues last year.
Right, but they play in New York, so yeah.
Geographically, right? So, I don't know. I think the ticket price is not so much based upon supply and demand in the NHL or maybe for any sport for that matter. I think it's based upon what your geographical area can sustain. Like a ticket price for the LA Lakers is way different than the Washington Wizards. Like it's just, that's just the way it is. And maybe it is to your point, Marshy, because you have a good team, but even when the Lakers are average, those ticket prices don't give you a discount. So I'm going to say no. I'm going to say the salary cap doesn't price fans out of the game. I think the NHL is smart enough. I think pro teams hopefully are smart enough to realize that there is a cap for everything, meaning even ticket prices and things like that. And even look at your Cardinals this year. They did a lot of creative things to try and make the fan experience better, more bang for your buck, the all-you-can-eat section, the things that they did there to try and at least show some good faith that, hey, we're not just taking all of your money blindly and not caring. And I know the Blues do a lot of different things, too. They have packages. They have access to certain suites or certain clubs and things like that that you can add on for a small fee, and you get more. I think teams need to be more creative as the ticket prices go up.
I have another name, another team.
Okay.
We may never die. United States winning a World Cup.
Oh, that's a great one.
Oh, that's, yeah.
It's every 4 years, too, so you're banking 4 years.
Wow, there's a loophole there,
Do we
but I like it.
want to be alive that long? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
I want to be alive another 100 years?
I think you're shortchanging.
So 200
I'm
years?
sorry, that was mean.
Was
They're on the
funny.
rise.
It's funny. Are they?
Are
Yeah,
they?
no,
They got their coach.
Okay.
I think you did
Russell
great.
Crowe.
Biggest question of the day next on 101 ESPN.
Years.
We want to hear from you. Use the Scott Lee Mic Drop feature on the 101 mobile app. Give us your opinion on anything St. Louis sports with a mic drop.
Brought to you by the Scott Lee Heating Company.
WXOS HD1 East St. Louis 101 ESPN is driven by Brown and Crouppen Law Firm. The Fast Lane is broadcasting live from the ENB Granite Studios at the Centene Community Ice Center, presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN. It's time for the Fast Lane's biggest question of the day, presented by Banner Construction, the experts in James Hardy siding.
Welcome back here to the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We are out here at the Centene Community Ice Center, the ENB Granite Studios. Andrew Marsh, Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers. Marshy, biggest question of the day.
All right, so Anthony was looking into this, and it's an interesting article about Josh Allen and how he wants to put the success and failures of the Bills on himself. On one hand, great leaders take accountability. They don't cast blame, and they always start with themselves. And we see that a lot in the NHL when captains have to answer those questions and whatnot. We see it on the NFL. We see it at literally any level. On the other hand, does too much accountability come with a cost?
So the reason why I phrased this is because as I was reading the article, Josh Allen talks about Sean McDermott being fired. And he says, I think about that all the time. And the thing of it is that Sean McDermott being fired isn't on Josh Allen. The owner made a decision. The organization evaluated the 9 seasons that he was there, and the front office determined a new direction. Josh Allen feels responsible. I understand why he's saying it, because he's got the ultimate, he takes accountability for the Bills' success and failures, but it is irrational. It's not it wasn't his decision, you know? So I wonder if there's a difference between taking accountability and being a leader, but also being able to separate what you can and can't control. And I think about some of the all-time greats, whether it was Jordan or Wayne Gretzky or, I don't know, Sidney Crosby or Tom Brady. There's a level of, okay, a lot of this is on me, but I also know that I need to push my teammates or push my organization because it's all about us. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if some point Josh Allen's just going to crack because he feels as though everything's on him.
So, okay, to unpack what you just laid out there, every guy that you mentioned, they all feel like the team lives and breathes based on their performance.
Sure.
They do. And they challenge themselves. And that's why Josh Allen, I don't know if he's blaming himself or he's holding himself accountable for the coach getting fired.
Yeah.
Because he feels like he's good enough of a player that no matter what the situation was, still should have won.
Sure.
Because you have me as your quarterback, you should have won. Just like Michael Jordan said, give me the ball. And last shot of the game, Josh Allen wants about Wayne Gretzky with the puck on his stick. And, yeah, they push their teammates, too, but that's part of their accountability, too. That's part of why they blame themselves, too. Well, was I not supportive enough for teammate A? Was I not critical enough of teammate B? Did I not push this guy hard enough? Did I not communicate enough with the coach about what was succeeding and failing? The star players always feel like all roads lead back to them, which is what makes them special. Is it realistic? No, it's not. But that's the warped brain of a superstar.
Sure.
Is that they feel like they can control every single aspect of the game. Mm-hmm. Now, football, it's a little unique because he's only on the field half the time. So you are relying upon good coaching, good defense to help the success of your team. In hockey, yeah, it's 5 guys on the ice, just like basketball. Like, yeah, there are certain positions for guys, but if you're on the court or on the ice, you can help out your teammates. You can make a difference. Baseball is just unique because it's basically an individual sport individual contest within a team sport.
Yeah.
So I see why he feels that way. Again, is it rational? Probably not, but that's probably what's got him to this point, too. Every superior athlete is irrational. I mean, we have all seen the Michael Jordan Last Dance. He's irrational. It wasn't normal. Like, he made up stuff.
Right.
Tiger Woods, say what you want about him now and his trials and tribulations. He was irrational, too. He never thought there was a shot he couldn't make. Mm-hmm. And if he got par, he was disappointed in himself. Like, up at 5 a.m. hitting golf balls before the next round.
Yeah.
Because he knows he missed a shot. Like Wayne Gretzky, if there was a play or a puck or a pass he didn't make, he put it 1 inch out of the right spot, he would lay awake at night. So these guys are not wired the same as the middle of the lineup or bottom of the lineup, or sometimes those guys are happy to be there.
Right.
These guys aren't happy unless they're winning.
Yeah, and I totally get that. It does separate the great ones from the best ones. I just wonder if there is something to be learned from separating responsibility from total ownership.
It's hard, right? Like, just look back. Peyton Manning was that way. Tom Brady was that way.
Sure.
Like, all of the best are like...
You know who I think of, though? And I think this will resonate with you. I think about Ryan O'Reilly. And there was a point when you went on these airwaves, and I couldn't agree with you more, where you were like, stop, Ryan. This is not all on you. You can't be the only one that is putting all the weight on you, feeling like this is all on you. Somebody else step up for Ryan O'Reilly. So I wonder if there's something to be learned there.
I agree with you. However, I wouldn't put Ryan O'Reilly in these waters.
Fair.
So if Connor McDavid is on the air, and he has done that before, to where he gets on TV and he's blaming himself for not, like, that's a little more of an ear catcher for me. When Ryan O'Reilly, who I respect tremendously, we all love him.
Of course.
But nobody in St. Louis would say that he's of that ilk of the Hall of Famer superstar player, generational talent. He's not. But yeah, it got old hearing him say that, because it felt like he was the only one taking accountability, which that's not necessarily true either, because we only got to see him more often than other guys being interviewed.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the accountability thing, but after a while, like the team too, and the individual, like take a break. Like when you're losing a lot, like the Blues were in that one season, have somebody else talk.
Sure.
But in the NFL, like, it's only 17 games, 18 weeks. So it's like,
right. Yeah, you have to, and your quarterback's going to have to talk. So
I'd rather have my best player have this type of mindset than blame everybody else, point the finger at everybody else. That's not a good leader.
No, I agree, Marsh. And to me, it's not a this or that thing. I agree with you. It's not you either get what Josh Allen is doing or taking no accountability.
Yeah.
I just wonder if he's going to win. And it's just a thought. But if he's going to win, if he's going to have to separate, partially at least, that not everything is on him, because I wonder if it bleeds into his play.
That's true, too. I mean, you look at the end of the first half of that game against the Broncos in the playoffs, where he tries to make something happen, ends up fumbling the ball, and there's 3 points right there that you could have used at the end of the game.
Exactly.
So, yeah, but, I guess he needs to come to that point where he needs to recognize that maybe his coaching staff or the people building the roster could have put him in a better situation. But that's tough, though, right? Like, that's tough when you are that type of player.
Love the mindset.
Yeah.
I do. I love the mindset. I wonder, again, though, if it's bled into his play a little bit. And I read that article, and I'm like, oh, okay. We're a little tense here, my man, And I like Josh Allen. I think at some point, he should.
Maybe he's tired of not winning the big game either, though.
Yeah. All right. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Have the Cardinals reestablished their culture? That's next.
Text us anytime at 314-399-9646 on the Air Comfort Service Heating, Cooling, and Insulation text line on 101 ESPN.
Well, watching sports is a lot of fun, but it's way more fun when you're using the Circa Sports app. And Circa Sports has a lot of great things going on. As you know, they are celebrating America turning 250 this year. So what that means is if you're a current user, you just go to the promotion, click on that, and put in $250 into your account. If you're not an existing customer, download the app from the App Store or the Google Play Store. It's a white logo. Click on that and do the same thing. Put in $250. And once you play through that $250, Circa Sports, they're going to put $250 right back into your account so you can keep playing, keep having fun, and hopefully get your winning going. They've got great odds over there at Circa Sports. They've got high betting limits, great lines on futures bets. player props all over the place, and the parlays are super fun to put together. And one thing that I love about Circus Sports is they celebrate the winners. So some of the apps, as we know, they will cap you or limit you or even block you from continuing to play because you're winning. That doesn't seem right. Circus Sports, no, they encourage you. Keep on going, keep playing. They love seeing you use their app, and they love seeing you win. It's really sports betting the way it should be. So for more information, you can always visit circusports.com. Again, that's circusports.com. Must be 21 or older and a Missouri gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
ESPN has your shot to score a pair of passes to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. Keep summer going with a summer wind down culinary fest at Holiday World and Splash and Safari now through September 13th. Enjoy incredible food, local wines, and all your favorite rides and slides. Find your chance to win a pair of free passes right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 mobile app. Savor the season and get tickets at holidayworld.com. Broadcasting live from the Centene Community Ice Center inside the E&B Granite Studios. You're in the fast lane on 101 ESPN. Presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN.
Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Why don't we hand out some Guns N' Roses tickets, huh, boys? You guys like the GNR, do you? Yeah. What's your favorite GNR jam? Ryder? Not Ryder. Sorry. I'm looking at an email from Ryder. I'm trying to pull up the copy. My bad.
What's your? It is Sunday.
Yeah, of course.
Anthony. Jamie, how about you?
Oh, man, there's a lot of them. Welcome to the Jungle is good. Paradise City, I like that one. And of course, Sweet Child of Mine.
I think I'm going to go with Sweet Child of Mine only because, and I know it's not their particular rendition of it, but
Big
Anthony,
Daddy.
yep, it's from Big Daddy.
Sheryl Crow, I think, isn't it? Yeah, Marsh. Civil War is I'm a big fan of Civil
Patience.
War. Patience
That's
is
a good
awesome.
one, too. November Rain.
Yeah.
Like, they were putting out bangers for a while.
Oh, one of my all-time favorites, Rocket Queen.
And what's on the Night Train? I'm on the night train, ready to crash and burn.
It's almost as if Axl Rose is right next to it.
Kind of the way he sings now. Yeah,
a little bit.
I don't know if that was called for, but that's okay.
Especially when I'm going to give away these tickets. 101 ESPN is your opportunity to win a pair of tickets to see Guns N' Roses next Sunday night, August 16th at Busch Stadium. Find all the ticket details and a bonus chance to score free tickets for Guns N' Roses right now at 101ESPN.com or your 101 ESPN mobile app. Jamie, your number with the New York Islanders.
Number 20.
Text in now to the Air Comfort Service text line at 314-399-9646. If you are the correct texter, or the 20th texter, I should say, with a text about winning the tickets, then you're going to go see Guns N' Roses next Sunday night at Busch Stadium.
By the way, Anthony,
BTW.
I love when you know when certain listeners are a little bit behind on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like we just got a text message that said New Mexico ...
They just started listening to the Gauntlet.
Yeah.
That's funny. All right, Marsh, you posed a question about the Cardinals and their culture. Where do you want to go with this, kid?
Jim Hayes was on Foul Territory, and we can actually play this audio clip. And something that he says at the end had me thinking, okay, maybe the culture that perhaps was lacking, if you thought maybe it has been reestablished with this young crop of players. So why don't we take a listen to Jim Hayes, who's on Foul Territory?
They're not out of anything yet. It's going to be really yeoman's work to get back into a good place in the playoff picture, but they have the talent. And I'll tell you this about this ball club. They don't get down when they lose. I've never seen this before. You can usually get a vibe that the team has exhaled and maybe they realize it's over. That's not the case with this ball club. A lot of young guys who just want to show what they can do. So I wouldn't count them out yet, but I understand it is a long shot for them to get back in a good position. Again, pitching's been good. Hitting has been hit or miss. The bullpen needs a little help because they've lost a lot of games with guys in the bullpen, and I don't know what's going to change that.
So I'm not really focused on whether or not the team can climb back in the wild card standings. I'm not focusing on the bullpen or some of the reasons why this team has not had success.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more so keyed in on what he said. I've never really seen a team that gets down or that doesn't get down when they lose like this team. Like this team apparently, and we've seen it throughout the year, mostly in the first half, when they're down in games, and they just claw back, man. Every now and then, inchworming their way back into a game. And I feel like that is so important for a young group of players. And we've had the culture conversations, throughout the year, going back to last year. We always have these conversations, but with such a young team, I feel like Cardinals baseball is starting to find their foot once again. I won't say it's the Cardinal way. The Cardinal way has returned, but that culture of we're never going to give up and we have the minds of goldfish. We're just going to move on. And that says something about young 20-year-olds.
This might be semantics, Marsh, but I view that more as mentality than culture. Okay. I think having a mentality of we're never out of a game is very important. Having the mentality of, look, we're going to play that hard 9. Part of it's culture, but I think it's mentality. When I think of culture, and Jamie, correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think of an organization where everyone feels as though that they're a part of it. They have their role, they're invested. So whether it is the person calling season ticket holders about renewing or, Ollie Marmol, everybody has a role and everybody feels like they're a part of something bigger. And I think that starts at the top and goes all the way down. And maybe Marsh, you haven't, but I'm sure Jamie, you and I definitely have, where we've worked for companies before, we've been on teams before, where the star players or the management feels as though it's like, yep, there's a certain class here. We're above you, and you guys just do your job, and that's it. That's to me, that's establishing a bad culture. The way you go about things. You brought up the Cardinal way. I hope the Cardinal way returns, because the Cardinal way to me was always about, this is how we do things. We do it right. And I'm reminded of the Nick Saban quote, how we do anything is how we do everything. If you're lazy when it comes to this, you're going to be lazy with the next thing, and we don't want that. This is how we do it. Young guy comes into the organization. You have veteran players. Come with me, Rook. That's not how we do it. It's not how we do it. Let me show you. Carey's talked about this with the Steelers. Mm-hmm. Some players would come in from different organizations, and they get, it becomes more than trash talk. They're putting each other down, and they're part of a different team. And Carey mentions some players like James Harrison be like, no, we don't do that here in Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. That to me is more culture.
That's interesting that you say that, because as you're talking about it, I'm going through my mind just quickly of teams I played for.
Mm-hmm.
And I've told the story several times about just how Bobby Plager really used to kind of establish the culture in training camp. With anybody who was new to the Blues, who didn't know the city of St. Louis, Bobby Plager made sure that you understood what the city was about, what the team was about, and what wearing that blue note meant in St. Louis.
Yeah.
But I look at other teams, like when I went to the Islanders, and you'd think there's a culture there. They won 4 Stanley Cups in a row. The New York Islanders, like you go back to, man, that was dominant. They lost their way.
Yeah.
I got to the Islanders. We didn't know what the hell was going on. There's so many stories I could tell you. The culture was like, let's just survive.
Yeah.
And hopefully they pay for our hotel room. Like it was like wild.
Yeah.
Then I got to the Ottawa Senators. Not long in existence, but Jacques Martin and Marshall Johnson had a culture there. And it was a very workman-like you could tell. Like when you walk into a locker room as a player or a staff member, like you can tell if the team has an identity / culture right away.
Yeah.
And you can tell when you don't. And there's teams that I played on in my career that didn't have that. And there's teams that I played for that had it in spades. The Red Wings, the Bruins, some really strong cultures.
Sure.
And then some really weak ones. So I think that any great team, to your point, great franchise, to your point, Anthony, there's buy-in from everybody. And I think your team identity can also be your culture. I really do.
I like that.
I think that you're never say die. We don't quit. We scratch, we claw, we work together. All that stuff. All of that stuff translates to your season ticket sales, your advertising. Like we don't quit. We're here for the fan. We're here for you. We won't stop working. Like we don't give up. We're not going to lose. Like all of that mentality, you could put that on the bulletin board in everybody's office and have your 5 keys to culture. And the same ones could be in the clubhouse as they are at the concession stand.
Mm-hmm.
They can be. And that's your identity, but it's also the culture now of everything.
Yeah, I like that.
So with that being said, do you think the Cardinals have established their mentality, their culture, their identity? Do you think
I think they've started to.
I think they started to. Yeah. I think they've started to.
We've got the baby steps.
Yeah.
And the fact that we still, like this team, they're like goldfish. They forget real quickly, which some people, they got to let it. No, that's in baseball, forgetting what happened the night before sometimes is the key to winning the next night. Mm-hmm. Because if you wear that every day, forget it. You go into a 4-game slump and you're wearing that, it's going to turn into 8.
Yeah.
You have to forget about it. And right now, I think Ollie and his staff have done a great job of guiding these young players. And these young players are grabbing the bull by the horns, and they're showing that they don't give up. They're not perfect. They're gonna lose. They're gonna make mistakes. But we're not going to stop playing hard for this team. And that's what they did. Everything was going bad. Then they pull out a nice series win against the Yankees in New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could probably attribute this sort of establishing of an identity as to why they are outplaying what our expectations were heading into the season.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's a good point too. Absolutely. Grabbing the bull by the horns, a metaphor. Also really happened. It's fascinating on 101 ESPN. Right, Jamie?
Sure did. I got a painting of it.
One right behind me. Is there one roster in the NFL that is perhaps the best in NFL history right now?
Wow.
Hey-o. That's next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN is powered by Kaufman Townsley, St. Louis's injury lawyers. Call 314-777-7777.
That's 314-777-7777.
ESPN has your chance to win a pair of single-day passes for the BMW Championship, August 18th through the 23rd at Bellerive Country Club, including access to the Trophy Club presented by Michelob Ultra. See the top PGA players in the world compete while enjoying the Trophy Club presented by Michelob Ultra, located alongside the 7th green, featuring shaded seating and indoor lounge, a variety of food and beverage options for purchase, including off-site parking and shuttle service and more. Find your chance to win that pair of single-day passes for the BMW Championship at Bellerive Country Club, including access to the Trophy Club presented by Michelob Ultra Superior Light Beer. Right now at 101ESPN.com or on your 101 app. 101 ESPN Sports Center.
Walker back in business. Good afternoon. I'm Bradford Bruns with a SportsCenter update powered by Universal Windows Direct. Cardinals All-Star Jordan Walker is slated to rejoin the lineup tonight against last place Colorado. First pitch at 7:15 downtown. Kyle Leahy will take the hill for Ollie Marmol. NFL Chiefs coach Andy Reid does not anticipate seeing Patrick Mahomes next weekend versus Sean McVay's Rams. Number 15 underwent surgery roughly 8 months ago. Yesterday on 101 ESPN, Carolina surging past Arizona 33-30. Mizzou-wise Eli Drinkwitz and company completing their fourth practice of fall camp. Arkansas Pine Bluff hitting Memorial Stadium September 3rd. This SportsCenter update was delivered by Universal Windows Direct. You'll be saying, I love my windows.
This is the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We're broadcasting live from the E&B Granite Studios at the Centene Community Ice Center. Presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN.
On Wednesday, Colin Cowherd of Fox and FS1 went on a bit of a praising rant, I guess you could say, on one NFL team after possibly adding a future Hall of Famer. Here's Colin Cowherd on Wednesday.
It sounds like Aaron Donald, who retired, he was 32 years old, got tired of being triple teamed, is going to play for the LA Rams. I do not remember a football roster this good. You're getting down, and my take is Aaron Donald, if he plays, let's say he plays 14 games, they bring him back late September, plays his way into shape. Is it the best compilation of defensive talent up front ever? And those giant teams that beat the Patriots that had Strahan, Tugg, OCU Manura, that was good. It wasn't this. 24 snaps, Aaron Donald, instead of like 48 to 58 and being triple teamed. So everybody's worried about the Dodgers. No, the stacked roster is the Rams.
Okay, well, the Dodger comment.
They don't play the same sport.
Yeah. Can we hit the Dodger comment first?
The Dodgers that went bankrupt in 2011?
Yes. Thank you. We got a text yesterday that we have to say that every time now. The biggest advantage that the Dodgers have is that they can make a mistake and not have to pay for it. They can make a mistake and it won't hurt them. That's the illusion here. Some people are like, Dodgers aren't ruining baseball. Blah, 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 blah. No, they're playing within the rules of Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball's stupid, not the Dodgers. Dodgers are just operating, taking advantage of stuff that Major League Baseball has given them. The Dodgers can make a mistake without it backfiring. That's the biggest advantage that they have. They give up 4 prospects for Skubal. If Skubal doesn't help them win a World Series, and or if those prospects go on to be, 4 of them are all Hall of Famers, it ain't gonna matter. They hit free agency next year, they're all good.
Or like trading for a no-name pitcher and you get rid of Yordan Alvarez.
Yeah, doesn't matter. Doesn't inflict them at all. Why? They just sign Kyle Tucker. We'll sign, we'll sign Freddie Freeman. That is the biggest advantage that the Dodgers have. It's like being at a poker table with somebody at the start that is given 3, 4, 5 times the chips that you have. 100 times the chips that you have. What do you think they're going to do? You think they're going to play a little bit more risk averse? You think they're, you know what? I can burn some of these. I can bluff more. I can call more. That's the advantage that the Dodgers have. Okay. Now, going over to the Rams. Do you guys feel as though that this is, and we'll just start from, I won't say NFL history, okay? We'll start from free agency, which was in 1993. That's the first year of free agency in the NFL. Is this the best roster that you guys can remember? Best roster.
Now, it's going to take me a second to think because there might have been a better roster that didn't win a Super Bowl, too.
Right.
So it doesn't have to be classified a Super Bowl champion because there are some rosters that just didn't, for whatever reason.
Right. Like the Patriots, they really never have had the best roster. Like the years that they won.
The one year where they had Randy Moss, they had they went undefeated.
Right, lost to the Giants.
That was a pretty good roster.
Yeah.
Offense and defense, of course.
I got to think of the Dallas Cowboys.
The Cowboys. I think the Cowboys would be your closest, right? You had Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Larry Allen. Defensively, did you have any Hall of Fame? Dion?
Did you not have Charles Haley?
Charles Haley. You had Haley, you had Dion, depending on what year you're talking about.
Yeah.
How many Hall of Famers do you think are on the Rams right now? Donald for sure if he winds up playing.
Myles
Garrett. Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
They're either Hall of Famers.
That's probably it.
Well, I mean, what do you think of, I don't know if he'll be a Hall of Famer. He's one heck of a wide receiver. He's had a great career. And
Devontae Adams.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's
I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer, but I think you're right to kind of throw him into the mix. Yeah.
He's still a great player.
Yes. I think the Cowboys still had more Hall of Famers.
Who's the running game for the Rams right now?
Kyron Williams.
Okay,
St. Louis's own.
He's good. But he's not Emmitt Smith. If we're comparing those rosters.
Yeah.
But, because you mentioned the Dodgers, that's an uncapped sport. This is a capped sport.
Right.
This kind of reminds me of that running back conversation that we had, what was it, last week? When we were talking about, Saquon Barkley, Jahmyr Gibbs, would you give them all that money?
Mm-hmm.
And it got me thinking, man, the Rams have it pretty good. They have a really good running back that is not commanding that type of money.
Sure.
And they make it work.
True. I'm looking at this Cowboys roster in 94. I'm trying to look at some of the.
Oh, dude, what about the greatest show on turf?
Yep.
Oh gosh.
I did think of them.
Yeah.
You had Orlando Pace. Kurt Warner. Marshall.
Isaac Bruce.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of the Hall of Famers off that team. Because really, that's kind of what we're talking about, right? Like how many
on the
Hall of
defensive
Famers?
Side, what they have? They had
London Fletcher probably should be in the Hall of Fame. DeMarco Farr.
Yeah.
Aeneas Williams was on the second greatest show on turf team, or second Super Bowl team.
Well, Isaac Bruce is a Hall of Famer.
Yes.
Torrey Holt is not. Should be a Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
So I would throw him in that conversation.
So Pace, Holt, Marshall, Kurt, Bruce.
That might be a better team. Although on the defensive side of the ball, okay, if we're trying to weight it properly, if this current version of the Rams with Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald on the defensive line, does that eclipse the defense of the Rams with the greatest show on turf? I know it's to be determined. We haven't seen one down played yet, but if we are assuming that they're going to be absolute terror.
That defense is so underrated. And
the Rams?
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's because their offense was so good.
Yeah, they were. London Fletcher is one of my favorite players of all time.
Yeah. So the greatest show on turf had 6 Hall of Famers.
So who are they? Kurt, Marshall, Orlando,
Bruce.
Who are we missing?
I don't know.
Who are we missing?
To big old Bub. You're the one who wrote it on the text line.
I'm sure he's right.
I'm not saying he's wrong. I just can't think.
Let's see.
Or is he assuming that Torrey Holt would be?
Falk, Bruce, Warner, Pace.
Are you counting the head coach Dick Vermeil? Because otherwise you're not getting to 6.
No, yeah, that's what I was thinking. No,
you're not.
You're right. So no, we're just talking about rosters, right? So no, you're right, Bradford. They didn't have 6. Falk,
What they have,
Bruce,
5?
Falk, Bruce, Warner, and Pace.
And then if you want to make the argument that Torrey Holt.
Right, but he's not.
But he's not.
Yeah.
I understand.
We all feel like, he should be at some point. But yeah, four for right now.
Is there a little recency bias that creeps in with this Rams roster because of the names, where it's hard to go back 30 years and the game of football has, slightly changed a little bit?
You talking like to the Cowboys?
Yeah, exactly. And the Rams and whatnot. I mean, we're 20 to 30 years removed from those teams.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
But are we missing any teams in the 2010s that come to mind? Any of those teams where you're like,
the
that
problem
team was
is that
stacked.
the 2010s of the 2000s, really for 20 years, were dominated by the Patriots, predominantly.
Correct.
But they never really had the greatest rosters. They had arguably the greatest quarterback and one of the greatest head coaches, but defense, they had great defenses along the way, and they had some great offensive weapons. But like to say they had the greatest roster year after year, that's just not true.
By the way, I did mention Aeneas Williams.
Yeah.
So that would give you 5.
Okay. But he wasn't on the Super Bowl team.
Not the one that won.
Correct.
Yeah.
From a pure talent standpoint, guys, where would you have put that dream team of 2011 Philadelphia Eagles? And I think that could be used, honestly, as a cautionary tale in terms of assembling a unit overall, because you had what amounted to a lot of flash and not necessarily substance. But remember, entering that year, Michael Vick, I believe, coming off of Comeback Player of the Year honors, he's surrounded on offense by talent. You've got Shady McCoy. You have Jackson, Macklin, Peters, obviously, on the left side of the line. And then defensively, too, before the Eagles really became that factory for churning out exemplary roster after exemplary roster. Think about D'Amico Ryans. Think about Quentin Michael. You had guys loading in the box as well. That was quite a collection of talent. Did it pan out? Will it be Rams-esque? I don't know, but I immediately think of that group too.
That's really funny. I mean, that team was loaded, at least on paper. People forget how good Nnamdi Asomugha was with the Raiders. He was outstanding. He's not a big deal, and he didn't do anything. But it was the corners for that group was Nnamdi Asomugha and Asante Samuel.
Yeah.
Asante Samuel's a badass for a while there.
Do you think the Rams go undefeated? No. Do they have that potential?
I think they could, but
I don't know, man. Their own division is tough.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah.
You can play them twice.
So that's the one thing that would make me kind of not think they're going undefeated.
Yeah.
They just have to stub their toe slightly, and they don't even have to. They might just get outplayed by one of those teams.
Yeah, it happens
on any given Sunday.
I hope. And I mean, this team is stacked. Let's not get it wrong. This team is stacked. I cannot wait to see them fail. I will be that fan.
Wow.
Oh, absolutely.
Marsh,
let them cook.
No, you had a Rams T-shirt on yesterday.
Hold on a second. Well, first of all, that was a Denario Alexander jersey that Bradford was wearing.
It was Bradford.
No,
Guilty as charged.
I do have
under his hoodie. He had a mark.
No,
did he?
Yeah, I saw him. He got hot, and he put it back on really quick.
Stop it.
Oh,
That was my Vikings. That was my Vikings shirt. I do have 2 Rams articles of clothing. One is a James Laurinaitis jersey, and I have a 1999 Rams Super Bowl team shirt. So it's the 2000 Super Bowl sweater of the 99 Rams.
Go Rams.
So I will always support that team.
Of course.
This team, not so much.
This team, go to you-know-where.
You don't mean that.
No, I don't. I don't. All right. It's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. We'll wrap up the show next. But before we do, just to let you know, we have your shot to score a pair of single-day passes for the BMW Championship coming up on August 18th through the 23rd at Bell Reef Country Club. That pair of passes will include access to the Trophy Club presented by Michelob Ultra. See the top PGA players in the club, or in the world, I should say, compete while enjoying the Trophy Club presented by Michelob Ultra. Find your chance to win that pair of single-day passes for the BMW Championship at Bell Reef Country Club right now at 101ESPN.com or on the 101 ESPN mobile app. Wrap up the show next from Centene here on 101 ESPN.
Tomorrow, White Sox and Guardians. Pre-game at 5:30. First pitch at 6:15. The MLB plays on 101 ESPN.
Well, if you have any exterior work that you're looking to have done anytime soon, please trust the best in the business. That is my friend Matt Conrad with Conrad Restoration Services. You can schedule your free roof inspection today, by the way, by calling Conrad Restoration Services at 314-805-8557. Matt Conrad, the owner, has been doing this for 25 years now. He knows everything that there is to know about the roofing, siding, gutters business, exterior restoration. If you've got storm damage, Conrad Restoration Services, they're the ones you want to take a look at the damage. Their sales team, it's made up of former roofers. That matters because when you're dealing with someone who only knows how to sell, they don't necessarily know what actually goes into the roofing world, or that there could be repairs and it doesn't require a full roof redo. But Conrad Restoration Services, they know exactly what they're doing, and they understand St. Louis building codes and local requirements, which is really, really important when you're doing exterior work. So for any exterior work that you need done, again, call Conrad Restoration Service at 314-805-8557. That's 314-805-8557, or you can always visit them at ConradRestorationServices.com.
Live from the Centene Community Ice Center inside the ENB Granite Studios, you're tuned into the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Presented by Bud Light and Skimmer's Original Vodka Iced Tea on 101 ESPN.
If you missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast available at 101ESPN.com or via the 101 ESPN mobile app powered by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. The podcast brought to you by Shave Door Company. Hit us with those criticisms and compliments.
Criticisms and compliments. Presented by Bet365. With Bet365 early payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything.
All right, real quick here from Curb Stomp. Today's show as a whole, bags of crap has been a big bag of banger. What I learned today is that Jamie is willing to eat a bag of crap when he is wrong. Have a great weekend, fellas. Hashtag shout out to the Snake Pits.
3 stars now.
It's time for the Fast Lane's 3 stars of the day. Presented by Circus Sports. No bet fees ever with the world's largest sports book. Now at your fingertips in Illinois and Missouri.
Third star of the day goes out to the letter Q. Second star of the day goes out to Gift Smith. We're going to give our first star of the day to Bradford, who is 7 days in a row running the board.
Sir. Nice work, Bradford.
7 work days, that is.
Appreciate it, guys. It's going to feel weird on Monday. You have a great weekend, okay?
Thanks,
You
Bradford.
do the same, Bradford. Thank you for everything. Appreciate all the help. All right, everyone have a great weekend. For Jamie Rivers, for our guy Carey Davis, we'll be back on Monday. For Andrew Marsh, I'm Anthony Stalter. See you.